Yes, good afternoon and welcome to West Oval. This afternoon we've got the Geelong West Cheetahs there taking on Corio Devils out here this afternoon. As I said, we've been blessed by the weather so far and today is going to be no exception. A little bit of breeze out here, but the rest of the day it looks like it's going to be ideal. A little bit of rain floating through hopefully over the next couple of days to wet the backyard, which will be nice. Welcoming also this afternoon to the broadcast as usual is Richard Grubby. Welcome, Grub.
Yeah, g'day, Smithy. G'day, viewers. G'day, listeners. And this is a big game today for both sides. I don't know whether they're going to get a lot of wins each this year, so this is so important. But can I just say something before we go? We lost a couple of blokes during the week. Gary Cousins from Corio and Lara, he passed away with some sort of cancer or something. So, so he was a tough player. Little bloke, tough. And he was a wonderful player and a good bloke. And, of course, Damien Christensen, who played at Geelong, he played at Werribee, he played at Lara. Just two fantastic blokes that gave a lot to our footy community. So, it's sad to see that. But, thank you very much for what you gave to the Geelong community, and rest in peace, both Gary Cousins and Damien Christensen.
Yeah, well spoken there, Grub. As I said, had that brief time with Damien myself, so it's he's a ripping bloke. And until I read the bit through the message from Geelong the other day, I didn't realise he'd been around for so many clubs and all the rest. So that's a tremendous effort by him to get himself involved, and he had a little bit of success in his travels as well. And also this afternoon, welcome to you, Archie. How are you today, mate?
Yeah, very well. Thank you, Dale. It's good to be here. We don't come out to West too often. Don't see these teams too often. So it'd be good to see how they go about it and the players they've picked up in the off season. How they've transformed their game to get up the ladder. But also today playing with this very special cause of the Shaka round, of course, which is bigger than football. So very very excited to see how these players go about it today.
Now, we've got a special guest joining us here this afternoon, but I'll let Grubby take over here so I can hand over the headset. So back to you, Grub.
Well, yes, we have a special guest. I would actually say very, very special guest, because we have a lot of blokes come in here, but not many of them as good as this bloke. He played a lot of games here at West. They're here today celebrating their 100 years of football. And in that 100 years of football, there's not many better than this bloke. Stewie Scott, welcome, mate.
Thanks, Grubby. Thanks for the build-up, mate. I hope I don't disappoint.
Yeah, well, you never disappoint, mate. How good were you?
How long we got? I just tried my best, mate. That was I don't think I was blessed with a lot of skill, but I just put a lot of time and effort into me footy and me training, and I was fortunate enough to play over 300 games, and for 9 years I was lucky enough to play here at West and coach those 9 years. So yeah, really enjoyed it.
And a couple of good ones in that 300.
Yeah, I think I might have got a couple of threes, mate. But no, I think don't know if it's a joke. I think they're serious that Mum used to do the voting down here a lot of the time, so I managed to get a few best and fairest.
Well, that means your brother would have come second, because, believe it or not, he was a very good footballer too. We get lost in that fact a bit, don't we?
Yeah, Russell, actually, he came from Birregurra in 97 with Andrew Williams and Lee Savanka. That they were three great pickups for the club, and we ended up sort of pushing into the second week of the finals that year. So we got beaten by Thompson. And also Marty Ianelli come over. So they were the four major ones. And it probably turned the fortunes of the club around a little bit for a few years. And most of the blokes up in there now would have played in those games. And then it's hard to look back and say that it's nearly sort of 25, 30 odd years ago. And the only good thing about it, I'm getting older, but so are they. So.
Well, I know we've got a beautiful setting here, but for many, many years we played a mile and a half up the road at Baker's Oval.
The old backyard.
Yeah, backyard, yeah.
Yeah, spent more time along the fence palings, I think, than in the middle of the ground. It was very narrow, but I really loved that ground. It had its own little niche with the people that used to go there. Past Players Day, we used to get a lot of the older fellas that hadn't played football there for 20-odd years, but that was their home, and probably that's one of the things that's probably drifted a little bit since the move from Baker's Oval down to here. Some of those fellas that may have been walking distance don't tend to come up as often as they used to, which is a bit sad.
And plus, you didn't have to share it either, I suppose. But
no, that's right.
But that's going okay too, I think. Look, we won't dodge around the fact. You've played a lot of games. A lot of players have come through over 100 years. Probably not been as successful as you would like to have. They've battled their way. It must take players a lot of dedication to battle through that when they went for a lot of years without any success. How hard is it to do that?
Oh, look, I think at the end of the day, you know, every club, whether it be through the whole of Australia, through Geelong, whatever, every club goes out. They've got a coach, they've got presidents, they've got committees, they've got their supporters. Obviously, the supporters drop off or jump on when things are going well for you. But, you know, the aim is we're all out there trying to do the one thing, and that's to try and, have some fun, make some great mates to the long term, but also to try and win games of footy. And I think it doesn't matter whether you're on the top of the ladder or the bottom of the ladder, whether you're the best player in the league or the poorest player in the league. Everyone's committed to try and do the same thing. And, you know, it's a bit harder all the time when you see the top 4 or 5 sides seem to be the ones that are up the top every year. But it doesn't mean that the sides down that lower ranks aren't trying as hard as what
exactly.
they are. If
Yeah.
anything, you know, it's when you're winning games of footy, it's pretty easy to roll up to training on a Tuesday night when it's pissing down rain because you're in that top 3 or 4 sides. But for the sides that are down the bottom, it's pretty hard just to keep rolling up, when inevitably you know that we're going to have to really, really play well just to be competitive rather than just winning a game. But I think that also brings the character out in blokes as well. It's pretty easy to drop off when the going gets a bit tough, but I think if you can walk across the line in those tougher times, it's a bit easier to walk off the ground afterwards with a bit of self-satisfaction. So,
Well, it is too. And I mean, even these days, like you wouldn't have played many night games down there at Bakersville, but there's the chance to play a few here.
yeah, no, certainly didn't. Night games, we had blokes with candles just so we could train, let alone play games of footy under it. Yeah, no, it's a fantastic facility that the club's now got here, and with the new rooms and the ability, obviously, to be able to play under lights, which opens it up from, you know, they can play on a Friday night as well now. So that hopefully helps with a bit of support, especially with the local footy down in Geelong. Some of the past players might venture down to that facility on a Saturday, but if there's a Friday night game here, it gives them the opportunity to come and watch as well.
Yeah. Now, some people like change, some don't. All your 300 games were under the banner of the Cheetahs. We're now called the West Giants. How does that sit with you and probably a few of your old mates up there today that they've actually changed the name Cheetahs to the Giants?
Oh, look, for myself personally, I was at the club, or I just wasn't actively involved, but was still sort of supporting the club when the decision or the vote was put forward to changing from the Cheetahs to the Giants. And you know, it's easy for us older fellas to sort of say, look, we don't like it. We'd want to stay the Cheetahs, and people have dropped off. But at the same time, there's still a club here. I don't get to watch too many games. But days like State of Past Players Day this year, celebrating 100 years, gives you an opportunity to mix with the people still. So we've still got a function to go to. And if that means it's actually with the Giants, it's giving us a place. And look, I'm sure most blokes still have an active look in the paper type of thing to see how they go. But yeah, I think there definitely has been a little loss in the connection between the two. And it's only every so often on a special occasion they'll wear the Cheetahs jumper or something, which I must admit is quite nice to see out there.
Yeah. All right. I've got a couple of names for you. All right. Give us a bit of an idea on them. Frankie and Ellie.
Frankie and Ellie. Tough as nails. You're talking about Cuzzo being tough. I don't know if there's too many more tougher than Frank either. I started playing footy with Frank. Obviously, he's getting into his latter years. But no, fantastic fella, Frank. He was heart and soul of the football club back in the times when we were up at Bakers Oval. And if anyone said a bad word, anything about West, Frank would be at the front of to take that on to for the club. So no, fantastic person and a great player, Frank.
Scotty Cowie.
Scotty Cowie. Scotty Cowie was my brother-in-law, so we fell under him. He comes from the Diamond Valley League.
Epi.
He was a bit different, Scotty. When he first came down, seen this bloke look like, 3 minutes before the game, he's chopping into 4 pies or something, and didn't have the greatest physique. And he was first to admit that he hated running, but when he got the footy in his hands, I remember the first couple of games he played, he would take the mark and he'd just take off. And everyone's standing around, what the hell are you doing, Scotty? And he'd get tackled because he didn't have the support. And he soon educated our backmen that when we get it, we go. He was a terrific player, and he wanted to get down into full forward a few times, and we actually played him down at full forward one game, and he kicked 10, so he could have played either end. But unfortunately, we were more important for us to stop the opposition from kicking goals or having Cowie down there, which he was fantastic.
Oh, my word, he was. I saw him playing Brenton Wilson's one day. He was about 7 foot tall,
Yep.
and just ran off him all day. It was absolutely terrific. Stuart Scott, now we've gone for you, and Russell Scott. Jason Rathje.
He's another one that just walked in off the street, in all honesty. The first night he trained with us, I think he'd been at St Albans. He come on the training track, and within half an hour, chairman of selectors said, "You got to get this bloke off the ground." And I said, "Why?" He said, "If anyone GFL sides around here watching," he said, "they'll come and get this bloke." And we hadn't yet got him cleared from St Albans, and he was a terrific player. Could run like the wind, and then he went down into the Colac League and won a league best and fairest down there with Forest. So yeah, very, very good player.
Gussie Primer.
Gus Primer, same, a bit like Frank. Got him at the later parts of his career. He was president while I was there and playing. Gus was a bit like Frank. He did everything and anything he could for the club, and highly skillful. Gus, he was got a bit slow in the old days, but the wiseness in the head still got him plenty of touches of the footy.
You had a bloke ring through a couple of names. I don't even know their first names. They might have been a long time ago. There was A. Harris and A. Melville.
Andrew Harris.
Yeah.
He come from Inverleigh. So when Inverleigh went into recess,
Okay.
we were lucky enough. He won the league best and fairest the year before in Division 2, and then they went into recess, and we ended up getting him down to our club. He was a terrific centre forward.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Yeah.
A. Melville.
Adam Melville. Adam Melville. His brother Troy was playing here.
Remember him? Yeah.
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 And I think they'd come down from South Colac. He's a very impressive player, Adam, and he ended up being captain of the club. He's now up in Queensland, I think, but he keeps in regular touch with the boys, and when he gets down here, he catches up. But I would say he's arguably in the top 5 or 6 players that I coached.
Wow.
Just his versatility and his attack on the football and his dedication and commitment to the club.
Okay.
Once he signed on, he signed for life, basically.
B. Wigmore.
Brett Wigmore. Wiggy was a different cat. Still is a different cat, actually. He's highly possessed skills, just lacked a lot of dedication.
Okay.
And the biggest trouble with Wiggs was that quite often he'd be throwing up in the toilet before the game. He'd just get himself that nervous and that worked up. But once he got over that line, another one. He could turn a game in 5 minutes, but sometimes he was a bit loose and he could lose you a game in 5 as well. But certainly highly respected player, Wig.
Now, we've gone through all these wonderful old players. We've got a bloke, I think he's running out here today, who I actually put up with him, is Mick Lima.
Yep.
Good player, Mick Lima.
Yep, I have. When I come to the Past Players Day, very good player. And again, loves the mark and loves to run with the footy.
One more for you, and I couldn't come to West without this name. Mushy.
Oh, the Mush. The Mushy.
The Mush.
I was waiting for it, mate. We started with some of the legends of the club at the start of the conversation, and we're only getting higher and higher now. Now, Mush has been around a bloody long time. He can be a pain in the ass, there's no doubt about that. But yeah. But if you can't find Mush, he's certainly to be within 5 metres of a job that needs doing. Whether it's chasing up water bottles for the boys, whether it's looking after the umpires, whether it's time clock, no matter what it is. Half the time you got to tell him to get out of the way. He'd be in the middle of training drills and he's running water out to blokes. Mush, get out of the bloody way, you reckon? People reckon that I used to confuse them. I think explaining the drills, I think Mush deliberately did it just for that reason. But no, he's a terrific bloke, Mush.
Mate, look, we've got a lot to do, so thank you very much. I tell you what, I picked the right mark, and that's the best guest we've ever had. And I'm so glad we got you instead of that idiot Clarkey, because he'd have just told rubbish. But, mate, thank you very much for coming in. Have a great day up here, and hopefully the Westie boys can get over the line for you and have a few beers watching.
I'll definitely be having a few beers watching. No worries, Grab. Always a pleasure, mate. And terrific the way you guys have over the years supported the GDFL and listened to the radio as well. It's great for the GDFL to have you guys, and Smithy, you've been in it for years and years, to have you guys following along and keeping the listeners at home enlightened on what's going on in the GDFL. And thanks for coming down and supporting the Giants today.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Stuart Scott, legend of Geelong West Footy Club. That was that, Smithy. It went all right. Did a quick get the headset. So what do you know?
That's a very good job there, Grub. You've done that very nicely, as I said. And as I said, a man with a bit of knowledge of this club over his time that he has spent here. And no doubt Mushy will be around here today annoying the absolute daylights out of us. But we have got some other games that we need to go through this afternoon. And the first one we're going to cover will be Bannockburn. They are at home this week and they're taking on Belpost Hill. Belpost Hill have improved remarkably over the off-season, recruited very well. And to be honest, they are a bit of a danger side against Bannockburn. They seem to be able to get the wood on them. So even though it's at Bannockburn, this will be a very interesting game. I'll let Grub's had a bit of a word to say so far, Arch. So we'll
Yeah, go
start
for
on
it.
your block there this afternoon.
Yeah, well, obviously, watching Bannockburn, who they got today?
Belpost still.
Belpo still. So, Grubby, I think you said that, like Belpo still, so we watched them against Anarchy. That they were pretty good against a worser opponent. But Werribee must have been pretty good last week. It ended up beating them by 30 points. So yeah, that's a bit of an interesting result. Obviously, Bannockburn getting their mojo back as well, winning that game last week and having a couple of close results. So I think I'm gonna go for this one. I'm gonna go for Belpost Hill. But Bannockburn definitely being competitive in all their games. So it'd be interesting to see what you guys tip as well.
Yep. Sorry,
About
mate.
you, Rob?
Yeah, sorry, I mean, you said a late change. Sorry, didn't see that. I think he said 28 Jackson Collins.
Yeah, that's just come through from Tyler. He's just been able to pass that message on, so whoever got the information to him, thanks very much for that.
This will be a really good game of footy. Two sides that obviously they both believe they can fight out the positions in the final five, and I think that both of them can too. It'll be a real good tussle out at Bannockburn. We watched them beat Inverleigh by 10 points last week, and to me that was a really good game. It was never the result was never really. We didn't know what was going to happen till right near the end. It was just a really good game of footy. Reece Ginn again. He's flying. Reece Ginn. He had a great game. Henry Hawker. Look, he had a great game, but I just thought he had one of those games where you'd look at the scorecard next to him and he'd have 4 or 5. He only got the 2.
Yep.
So once he settles in, look out. He's going to be a good kid. Mayborn and Bramman, they put the best. Bath and Beardsall. We put Perkins, and I think you put Mack in, who I thought was pretty good. But Belpost still played reasonable footy, but they didn't play enough of it last Saturday night. And Werribee probably, geez, they played the best I've seen them play for a hell of a long time. Timmy Barton was pretty good. Godwin was good again. Will Kerrins has been in the best. Will Kerrins, I think, has gone from a good player to a very good player at the moment. He's having a really good year.
It's a Willie Urquhart, isn't he?
He is, yeah. They just keep getting one. I wonder who's going to be the next one, but he's had a terrific year. Bryans, Tanner Martin, they kicked 7 goals, right? But they were all singles.
Yep.
So to me, usually you've got your Lockie Wilson, some there to kick 3 or 4, or Cozzy to kick 3 or 4. They didn't. So obviously to win out at Bannockburn, those blokes are going to have to kick, 2 or 3 each just to boost the scoring up.
So Costello, did he get one last week?
He might have got one.
Yep. And Timmy Barton, is he playing forward or back?
No, he's playing back. I think he went in the ruck. He's everywhere where they needed him.
Yep.
But yeah, look, the standard of that game was the best standard of game I've seen this year. So that goes in Belpost Hill favour. But out at Bannockburn, they played a magnificent game the week before against Werribee Centrals. I don't think that was at night. That was during the day.
Yep.
And there was only a couple of points in that. The form says Bannockburn by about a kick, not much more.
Yeah, as I said, the head worries me a bit because Belpost still always seem to find the mark against Bannockburn. It's a bit like when they play East Geelong. They seem to have a wood over sides, and Bannockburn will need to be at their very best here this afternoon if they're going to pull off a win out there. So you've got to go with the locals, I think, Johnny, because it's at home, but I wouldn't be surprised if Belpost Hill are nipping at their heels for the full game.
I'm in the same boat, exactly the same boat.
Another game of interest out there this afternoon, or not out there, but it's out at the Football Flats. Anarchy taking on Inverleigh, which will be very interesting. Anarchy had their first win last week, and as we know, Inverleigh went down marginally to Bannockburn. They have got a few changes, I think, Inverleigh, with some injuries that come out of that game. Bacon, obviously, with his hamstring, I think, and a shoulder come out of that game.
Shoulder and Bacon.
Zach Plant.
Yeah, Zach Plant. He's
how
raised
bad
up
it is.
calf again, I think.
Calf?
Yeah, there was a couple other blokes that were pretty sure of him. Yeah, well, it is. Yeah, and as I said, it's a shame because he's the type of bloke that you really want to be playing football and have around your footy club. And as I said, let's hope he can get himself back and right. And it hopefully won't be super hard. But having said that, Grub, there was 3 games out there today. The surplus players were going to be running around having a bit of a hit out between themselves at about 10 o'clock this afternoon or in the morning. I think that's what was the case. So if you wanted a good day's football Flats was the place to be today.
Well, it would be. Who knows? You might even see old Darryl Bissett getting out there having a kick. But
he wouldn't know which way the team to play for.
Well, he'd have to play against Anarchy now. But haven't they got a thirds comp in Geelong?
Yeah, I was saying that to Smithy before the game. But I don't know why they wouldn't use their surplus players in the thirds comp.
Yeah,
Because Belmont do, so they're
Yeah.
accepting GDFL sides.
Yeah, well, there's a thirds comp in the Western region,
Yeah.
and Central's have got a side in that, have done for a couple of years now. And it really doesn't matter whether you win or lose. It's if you've got leftover players, that means they're playing every week, right? And the thing is, like, so I remember years where say we might have had 70 players. You know, by July you got 40-something players because they won't get a game, they go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Here they can keep playing on a Friday night, then go and watch the footy Saturday or Sunday. So it's been pretty good for them. And I would suggest, even if they didn't quite have enough surplus players,
Between the two of them.
between the two of them and get these blokes playing so they remain at the club, which is a really good idea. The game itself, gee, this is a tough one because they got back on the winners list, Anarchy, last week with a 55-point victory over this mob here in West. The thing that I see there in their best players, their best two players, Mawson and Gerard, and they are their best two players as far as I'm concerned. And the way they can beat Inverleigh is those blokes have got to play really, really well again and get the support from the other blokes. Young McDonald getting the best players again. Scotty's young fellow, he's doing really well, Nathan. And young Francesi Fulton kicked 4 goals. So he played back when we watched him earlier and against Bellpost Hill, but they've obviously put him forward and he's banged through 4. Inverleigh, well, we saw Inverleigh. You know, the one and only Donahue, Filet, Collins, Love, Wilson, Condy. They're the old blokes, though. I really like to see some of these younger blokes getting in the best players because obviously these blokes can't go on forever. But I thought Inverleigh were pretty good last week. I thought they'd probably done enough to win and weren't quite good enough to last it out in the finish. So I thought their effort was pretty good. Oh, gee, Anarchy. I'd say I'm going to go for Inverleigh because Anarchy, I think 10 points to Bannockburn is probably a better result than 55-point win over West at this stage. So I'm going to go for Inverleigh, Justin.
I know we harp on it week in, week out, and we talk about Bosley coming out 70 goals a season, and then they have to probably now play Barter in a ruck and obviously give him some time forward because I think he got 3 last week.
Yeah, he did.
But, you know, as I said, they've got to find a mix there. I think they've got to be able to go out or have someone that they can throw into the ruck at least to compete. As I said, you've got 2 blokes that can play some pretty good football in underneath their feet with Gerard and Mawson. So you just bank on yourself maybe losing the ruck contest, but roving to their ruckman. I think if they can get that right, then they will start to improve their football. As I said, they've got Dalhouse, I think, plays now permanently forward. So it's going to be something they'll need to manage. But Archie would think Inverleigh probably on performances so far this season, they would be too strong for Anarchy.
Yeah, definitely. And what we saw of Anarchy as well, I reckon their bottom, 5 or so players, a little bit of an exodus to the club, losing quite a few players. I reckon that's where they're going to start to struggle now. I think there's too much pressure on Gerard, Barter, Dalhouse, and Mawson. I think when if they get Nick Howe, if they get him back, I don't know how long. I think it's 1 or 2 weeks. He was that forward we saw playing that practice match against Sunshine Heights, and he looked really good. And that will allow Barter to play majority, like full time in the ruck, and he can go up forward and be their key target up there. But yeah, I think with Inverleigh, I don't think they played their best game last week, and they still nearly won. So I think they got to get more out of Snezkov. I thought he had a really quiet game last week, but he kicked some goals early in the season as well. So I think if he has a better game, it takes the pressure off players like Dixon. And we know he played pretty well last week as well. And then I think Viney was one of the better players that if I was Anarchy and Jake Mawson, I put some time into because he definitely seemed to be one of the better ones for Inverleigh last week. But yeah, I think they'll be just a little bit too good for Anarchy today.
Too much polish, you would think.
Yeah.
Another game, as I said, Thompson have been struggling so far this season, and I don't think their result will get any easier today because they take on Werribee. Is that at Thompson or is it at Werribee?
Thompson.
At Thompson. So that might be their only advantage. They have got the home ground, but I think the result, Werribee on current form, would be too strong. Grub, you saw them last week, you said, and they were pretty impressive. If they can continue with that sort of performance, that I won't say lay down was there because the coach can have an input into that, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it is. As I said, they did play very, very well. It's a type of footy it's just hard to play that well all the time. And they did it for most of the game, except probably for a quarter on Saturday night, and they really, really look good. But they've had a pretty up and down record at Thompson, although Thompson in other years have been a hell of a lot better. Last week they had Hannessy's playing pretty well. Dixon, Sammy Jacker got in the best. He's still going, Sammy. He's one of the older brigade. Young Cooper Lynch, the coach's son, went all right. Kerr, young Jackson Wilson into the side for his second game, played pretty well. And there's a bloke there named Rochow O'Toole. Well, I don't know about the Rochow part, but if the O'Toole's like anything like we know about him, he'll be a damn good player for
Come
him.
from Leopold.
Yeah, if he's any relation to the O'Tooles, he'll be okay. Don't you worry about that. Werribee, as I say, they finished up winning by 32 points. From, I think, quarter time till 10 minutes into the third quarter, they kicked 113. So if they kick straight, they probably... I think the scoreboard might have just reflected on not the real result there, but Culliver played one of his better games for the year. Stevenson, Chesterman, and two new blokes from Hoppers Crossing, Callos and Cohen were all right. But the boys in the middle just controlled it. Stone and Linehan Cunningham, they were just terrific. They had four blokes kick 2 goals and 3 blokes kick 1. So they probably still need a spearhead to kick a few goals from. But, look, at three-quarter time, it was 8-14 to 7-8. So it was only a couple of goals in it, but they were able to run out pretty good winners in a high-standard game. Look, I think Werribee will win this game, but everyone says, the way things are going, they'll won by a lot. But I don't know if the ground suits them out there. Thompson, they'll fight to the death. Don't you worry about that, but I think Werribee will win pretty easily, I think.
You give your locals any chance, Arch?
No, I like to be as biased as possible, but no, I'd like to highlight though, Thompson, they've got 19 of their 23 players or 22 under 25. So that's one positive for Paul Lynch and Thompson, the coaching staff, is that you've got a lot to build on, and they're not experienced. A lot of them haven't played senior football before. But you're getting these games into the kids, and they can keep the core group around. It might not happen this year, but you're going to be good for the next few years. And as Grubby highlighted, players like Cooper Lynch hadn't played senior before this year. He's been the best a couple of games. Finlay Kerr tagged Braden Eddy last week. Really, he only ended up with 14 touches and 8 of them were kick-outs. So, there's a lot of positive. Jed Hannessy's one of the better players in the comp. We'll probably see him in the Inter-League team. So, I think Werribee are a very classy outfit. It's going to be a big deficit today to Thompson. But I think it's a lot of positives. And, getting these games with the kids, it's something that has to happen at a club every once in a while. And, so...
I did listen to Johnny Mitchell speak this morning on hashtag.
Yeah.
And he believes when they play at the moment, they're going to struggle to win. Lynch believes they're going to struggle to win a lot of games. So rather than coaching to win the game, he's actually coaching the kids how to play football. All right. And that is a big part because he's a very, very good coach. He knows what it's all about. And if he can teach this, see, when you're saying, Arch, that these kids are young, they've still got to be good enough. You've still got to have that ability to start with. And once they've got that, Lynch will teach them how to play. And that's part of why if they keep these kids, they might have to wait a year or two, get a couple more in, and they'll be a lot better again. But that's what I say. Lynch is coaching the kids. That's great.
They've probably just got too many. They probably need 19 or 18, where it said it's probably too many. You probably need about, 10, under that 23, 24, and then the rest more senior players. I mean, they've only got...
They haven't got them.
Yeah, they don't. That's the whole problem is you need... So maybe in the off-season, it's about going to get some more experienced players that are coming to the end of their career so they can let these kids, teach these kids how to play football and, guide them through the senior games of footy.
Definitely.
So we probably all in agreement said we think that Werribee will be too strong, and as the Thompson side developing themselves as they go through the season. Another game with a little bit of interest, might be a little bit of interest, is the Belmont Lions taking on North Geelong. North Geelong currently undefeated. Belmont Lions maybe not as good as they have been in previous seasons, but they're back at home and they always play better there. They would have to be a little bit of a chance grub. If they're going to be a chance, they need to play very well all day, though.
Is this at Belmont, is it?
Actually, it might be at Keith Barclay, is it? I'm not too sure.
I thought it was at North. But
you might be right. You might be right. Yep, sorry. Well, there you go. I'll go the other way then. They're in a bit of trouble.
I think at this stage after last week's game, North are probably the favourites. They're the side to beat at this stage. Pask played pretty well. Smith, Corey Elmer made his return, and he was a very good player, Corey. So
yes,
be good to see him get back. But look, people might have a crack at me about this, but I think there's two blokes in there that make North from a good side to a really, really good side. And other than Tommy Swenderson, of course, and that's the two Riccardi boys. They just ooze class. At the moment, they're not smashing everybody every week, but I've got a funny feeling they've just got unbelievable class and they are very, very, very good side, North. Belmont, you said they're not going on so well. I know they had a bit of a hiccup and they had a bit of a slow start, but I just think they're okay. The big fella in Hootsman's been nearly their best on the ground for the first 3 games, and his few years at the moment from Belmont have been interrupted by injury. So if they keep him fit, Hogan, I don't know. Beasley's one of the better players in the league for mine. Johnson, I don't know. Big Jet Evans in the best, which is good to see him come back from the bush. And Murdoch, we know, can play. And Benny McPherson kick 4. So, I'll go with you. North I'm still going to pick because I think they're the favourites. But I think Belmont will give them a hell of a run for their money for a lot of the games.
North are still without their, obviously, key ruckman in Davis, and obviously he will come back at some stage. He's just managing a back complaint, I believe, at this stage. So he will come back in, which will obviously improve them again. But at the moment, they are being able to manage with Kipper Pass doing some ruck work and obviously Blake Miller going in Arch. So at home, they'd be pretty hard to beat this afternoon.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we look back to that game earlier in the year. And yeah, they kind of struggled with that second ruck option, and they weren't even really contesting the ruck. They're just relying on how good their midfield is. And as we know, they do have such a good midfield. I mean, you just Jackson Jewell in there, Tommy Swinnerson, and I think putting the Riccardi boys, getting them some midfield minutes as well. I know they play majority forward. I think Oscar 4 weeks ago had 35, across the half forward line and going through the wing as well. So. Yeah, no, I think North Geelong will be way too good today, and I think we're all pretty unanimous on that.
No, I'm not unanimous.
Yeah.
I'm not unanimous on easily. I think they'll win, but I think Belmont will give them a run.
Yeah, if it had been at Belmont, I would have thought that would have been the case, Grub. But I think out at North, I find that this game will be a 6-goal margin plus, I would think. So we'll wait and see how those results come through this afternoon. We haven't got any twilight games, have we? We're not playing another twilight.
No.
That's all right. So the last game we'll look to talk to before we get started, we must do that quickly, is Winch take on East. We know East are going along pretty well, and Winchelsea have obviously made some improvement during the course of the off-season, Grub.
Well, they had a great game first up against Werribee. They won a couple of games out there. They play very well out there. Balch, Finney Parish, Roger, Fremer kicked 6. I don't know if he's any relation to anybody at 6, but Indy Parish, Nankervis. I think Indy might have kicked 4 goals. Going very well. East, well, they lost to North, but it was a pretty good game all day. Again, BOG, Johnny McIntyre, Neville Whitley medal, look out, here he comes. Payne, Benny Mulville, Zimmer. Now, what we spoke about, Zach Smith kicked 4 goals.
Yep.
We said after he's kicked a lot of goals against the lower sides, he needs to kick 5 goals. Well, to me, 4 goals against North last week at North is a pass mark.
Yep.
And it shows me that, yes, the weight he's lost, yes, he's going to be a danger, but that's a definite pass for Zach Smith and a pretty good game. And Steele and Ezra, the 2 big blokes, kick 2 each. I think what they need to do is kick 3 each, say, or 3 or 4 to help him out, and they will be a very, very, very hard to beat in the end. I'm going to go for East, and you two are going to say it's easy again, but I reckon Winch will really, really test them. Really test them.
Your thoughts are?
Yeah, I think I actually agree with Grubby. I think it's at Winchelsea as well, isn't it? So I think it's going to be a closer game we thought. We obviously Winchelsea with that that win against Belmont a couple of weeks ago, and it's kind of shocked the competition a little bit. It's built belief within the team, within the players. So yeah, I think it's going to be East Geelong should win, but I don't think it will be easy, and I don't think it's going to be a high scoring affair either.
There's another thing I want to say about which they're playing 34 or 43.
Yep.
They can go and get another good play if they can find one, because they've got 4, 5, 6, 7 points to play with.
Yep.
And how often does that happen if you want to play it during the season?
Well, it's very, very hard, but if you've got the points, you can look. If you haven't got the points, you can't even look.
Yeah, well, West are probably in the same boat, Grub. They're playing 38 of 46 here this afternoon.
Yeah.
So they've got some room for a couple of players as well. If they're able to grab a couple, and you never know, there might be a few from the senior side or their big brothers that might be getting a game that Scotty Frangos might be able to get his teeth into before that happens at half year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But this game here this afternoon, as we said, it's a Geelong West Giants. They take on Corio. And at some stage during the course of the day, we're going to see hopefully some good football, because as I said, they're both struggling to find their feet and win games of football. But today someone's going to come out a victor. Who's it going to be, Grub?
Oh, gee. I honestly don't know. It's hard. The form line's even hard. The Giants lost to Anarchy by 55, and Corio lost by Winston 72. So there's nothing tells you anything in that. Jan Collins is probably as good a defender that's going around. He's good. Keane, Croft, Goddard. You got Dylan Collinger. That Nappy's young bloke. I tell you what, if he's half as good as Nappies was, he's going to be a very, very, very good player. Don't you worry about that. But look, last week they got beat by 55 points, but they kicked 620. So obviously they got to kick better than that. In the end, even though it's a 55-point deficit, they've had 26 shots to 31.
Yep.
So it means that they played a hell of a lot better than you think. And that's probably the point that I'm going to lean towards West. Manning Stratton was good. Jelenic. The big here is Joel Bennett not playing. You come to watch Corio, you want to see Joel Bennett playing, but, you know, his back's not the best, and he's been back to the surgeons and that during the week. So he might be not too far about saying, hey, I've got to give it a proper rest, but hopefully not. Evans, Clyde, and Carr kick 4. He might be a big ear today. We saw him kick 10 in a losing side.
Well, I was just about
1 year.
to pose that question. For Corio to be any chance, he probably needs to kick half a dozen or more, doesn't he?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. They missed Toby Bennett. They missed Jamesy, Russell Cowan, Destin Burns. You know, look, I don't know. Look, they've got what they need is, and I'm not trying to put pressure on blokes, but Jack Evans, Cooper Shoebridge, and Tom McMahon. They're all 4-pointers, right? They need something out of that. They need something out of 4-pointers because it's just that they obviously come from good leagues. They need a little bit from there. They've also got 5 3-pointers in there, so they've got the nucleus of a side that can play good footy. But I just go back to that point. Bad kicking last week. I know you call it bad footy, but 26 shots at 31. I think that's going to lean me in favour of the home side today. Hopefully, it's so close. We have a good day.
Again, Arch, we just spoke about Herschel Carr being a pretty important player, and we spoke, and I'll pose the question, Michael Lima. I'm not too sure where they've been playing him this year. As I said, for me, I would love to see him play forward for the Geelong West side, but he has been known to go into the ruck and also play in the back line. So you see much of Michael Lima play footy?
No, I haven't really, to be honest, Smithy. But I've only actually seen West cover one game. But watch the footage this week, and I think they're kind of just going to play it by ear. So wherever they need him, that's where they're going to put him. But I think it's going to be. I'm very excited for the Herschel Carr show today. So hopefully he can, run right. He looks like he may be starting on the wing.
Maybe Lima might finish up. But I was always the other way around. I always like seeing Michael Lima attack from half back. But you got to remember, he's not young anymore.
I reckon he is playing through half back because I reckon this is
Jackson Collins.
Yeah. So I reckon pretty sure that's what they're doing, Grub.
But you've got to remember, he's not young anymore.
No.
So now I would say if he can play forward and kick 3 or 4, he's done his job.
Yep. Righto, game just about to start here this afternoon. And we, as I said, both sides are looking for their first win of the season. At the end of the day, there is going to be someone walking away with a smile on their face, and the season might have just changed a little bit for them. Grub, you're just going to try and get the umpire. But we haven't got him yet, but we might get him at some stage during the course of the game. Haven't got the clock today, unfortunately.
What happened to that?
It ran away with my car. I don't know where that is either. So
since he's Red Ute report, punch the hell out of the
we'll give you a spotting fee.
Yeah.
We can hear a whistle then, but I don't know what was in the game or what it was. But the game has been underway. It's ball up in the middle of the ground. Both ruckmen go at it. Green gets a ball down, comes to the back of the contest. Again, there's no clearance or quick clearance. Umpire's going to call for it back again.
Ben Peeler, Johnny Reese, and Simon Patterson. 3 of the better umpires tonight, boys.
So back in the ruck we go once again. This time West were able to get the ball down, but it's going to be Corio that will merge with the ball. Handball goes out the back. Savanka got the handball further back. Kepi off the half-back line. Little chip sideways will work okay. Mark is taken out there, and they'll be able to maybe control the ball a little bit, go into the middle of the ground. Dangerous kick. Mark, umpire cool to be played on there. Thought he had enough on it. Picked up out there by Ash through the middle of the ground, goes into their forward line. Good kick out in front. Mark not taken. Recovery at ground level. Handball goes out the back. They've been able to work their ball to the forward pocket. Leading the race for the ball out there is Gibson. He tried to keep it in. Unfortunately, ball's gone over the boundary line, and it's going to be a throw in forward pocket. We'll say the city end, and that is the direction that Corio are kicking at this stage and
Uh,
maybe fancied with just a 2 or 3 goal breeze out there.
Well, it has been. The win goal's been kicked at the other end too.
So ruck contest once again. Ball from that contest is there a free kick being given? No. Umpire's asking back, and it's going to be Pullen doing the ruck work once more. Again, from that contest, Corio try to work out of there. Unfortunately, again, held up, and it's going to go back to the umpire. Shoebridge was the player trying to get out of the contest, goes back into the forward pocket. Ball cleared up there by Roberts. They're going backwards, but they maintain possession. They look to bring the ball back now to about 20 metres out from goal. Carr is there, hands up. Oh, he had a fair grab, but just couldn't complete the mark, I don't think. Umpire said and agreed with me, and that ball has gone over the boundary. It's going to be a ball up.
I'm not sure if Grubby agreed on it. Nearly paid that.
Yeah, and Mushy hasn't started the clock either over there, so that's going to help us out. Thanks, Mush. Again, from that contest, ball is picked up and kicked towards God. And that is Waldron, I think, from that contest. He has kicked the first goal, and it's Corio who lead, and they are one straight goal. Geelong West are yet to score. We've gone possibly 3 minutes in this Buckley's Entertainment first quarter scoreboard.
Geez, it was a little bit scrappy. It came in and out, and young Walton picked up the ball. It was a bit of the old Murray Travis mongrel punt, but it got through, and that's all that matters. And that's 6 points on the board to Corio. And as I said before, the wind is probably going that way, but there's been a lot of goals kicked in the under-18s and the seconds up the other end. So I think it's a breeze that you probably want to be on the other side and kick it from the outer side. Hello, the siren's gone. That's the shortest corner.
Well, there you go.
The shortest corner we've ever had it.
Oh, Mushy's in the box again.
What's he doing?
So ball back in the middle now. It's the deck. Right, trying to gather it. Couldn't quite now. Now it heads towards Geelong West forward 50. That was good hands coming through from McMahon, and then over the top it ends up in the Tully West. He gathers the ball now. Short kick, and it's a good one. He finds Shoebridge. So Cooper Shoebridge, short piercing kick inside and finds Herschel Carr for his first touch of the day. He's going to pull the trigger into the middle of the ground. It's not his best kick, although it might work out to the ruckman. On his haunches, Green trying to gather the ball. He does. He's wrapped up straight away, and like Hollins will have a stoppage in the middle of the ground. So ruckman nominate. Green and Pullen coming down. Geelong West win the ball out. It was handball over the top from Greed, and then turned over. Opportunity for Craig. They kick through here. Handball over the top. Opportunity for Shoebridge. He's going to snap. He's going to go.
No,
Shoebridge around.
no, it's not.
Oh, no. Must have been touched off the boot. So 1-1-7 Corio to no score Geelong West. We have gone 4 minutes in this first quarter. Brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment. So Geelong West are kicking now.
Frangos kicking in. He's going to bring a clubroom side. He goes out wide. And the mark not taken out there by Mitchell, but he recovers. Handballs up over the top, goes and gets it himself. Runs to centre wing and kicks the ball. And we'll find a teammate. No, he won't. Ball comes to ground. And Kefai will see the ball over the boundary line. Come off his knee. Not too sure how they look at that. But
multitasking too, Braden Mitchell. I think he was selling raffle tickets before the game.
Oh.
We'll get in and help.
From centre wing, ball is brought back in. Ruckman, Pullen, and Green. Pullen gets the ball down, comes out the back. Corio again win the ball from that position. Burns got it out forward. And a free kick being given. And the free kick will go to Corio. They're on centre wing now. They deliver the ball back in towards the centre of the ground. Ball going through, picked up out there by Burns over the top. Out to Zavanka. He's in some space by himself now. Can run inside 50. Loads up from about 45. And he is just off target once again. Through for a minor score. So they move now to 1-2. Opportunity here for them. They're throwing it away at the moment, but they're playing some good football. Frangos again bringing the ball back in from the fullback position. Got players on the boundary line. They're very close to it. Dangerous. So he goes a little bit longer looking for Goddard. Goddard out the back. Take possession. Or not kept it forward. Kept it going. Ash was there. But it's done nicely there by Greaves. Puts the boot to ball. But the mark has been taken out there from Corio, and that's Bergen from the half back line. He's on centre wing. Derives the ball back into their half forward line. Out the back, Carr, one hand on it, couldn't finish it off. Frangos gets the ball out to Mitchell in space by himself. There's no advantage. Well, now he calls advantage.
You can't do
Not
that.
too sure it was going on there, but the ball now.
Jeez.
Corio win the ball back, and they bring the ball back into their half forward line. Marcus taken out there, this time by Shoebridge. Had a number of possessions already in the
he's had a
game.
bit of
He
it.
goes in towards the centre half forward position again. Good contest out there. Picked up again, Burns. Right boot goes into their forward pocket. Running towards the boundary line. Will it go over? No, they've kept the ball alive there. It's some nice work, and that was by Waldron. He's tackled. Umpire said incorrect disposal. Free kick is going to Beatty of Geelong West. And we have gone just over 5 minutes. It is 1-2 Corio. Geelong West yet to score.
It's Frangos who gathered the ball and he's going to go inboard. Finds his teammate in Roweth and goes wide up. And Buckwell. So now they're going to use the outer side of the ground. Now they're held up about centre wing, Geelong West. Corio have cut off the switch well. So no options. Might go back to Frangos and they will. Frangos ball in hand. Here's the danger kick in the middle of the ground. That's a good one. He finds Cersei Unsworth. And then back inside Lima. So now they're going to go inside the forward 50 opportunity. Butters, no, couldn't quite out of his hands. Was a good tap on that occasion by Bergen. And the ball ends up over the boundary line. So we'll have a stoppage 50 metres out from the Geelong West goal. Bit of a push and shove going on here. So umpire, ball in hand. Now it's back in. Ball nearly uncontested, although it ends up with the other ruckman. He's going to snap from 45 and just misses to the far side. So it was well done from Pullen on that occasion. He rode the ball, but just brought it to the near side. So one behind for Geelong West. That's their first score of the day to 1-2-8 Corio. We have gone 7.5 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
He's got on the old check side there. What's ever happened to that kick straight through it?
Yeah,
Maybe he is a right footer, but he's just check-sided it when I thought a straight kick would have went straight through the middle.
So, right to kick out now. They're straight up the ground. Probably not their best kick opportunity for Geelong West here. They can gather the ball. They can't quite fall in congestion. Good hands over the top. And now a tackle laid. Umpire says play on. It's about the 50-yard for Geelong West now. Still can't get the ball out. They might get some clean possession. In there as well was Nate Brislin. And he's wrapped up. So we'll have another stoppage 50 metres out from the Geelong West goal. Goes up again now. Pulling in the ruck. He gets the ball down. Tries to rove his own ruck work. Couldn't quite. And the tackle is made from Mitchell. So have another stoppage 55 metres out from the Geelong West goal now. Up again now. Pulling and Green as it will be most of the day. Neither team getting clean possession here. We might have another stoppage. Ball still trying to get out. 55 out still from goal. It's like a scrum in there at the moment. We'll have another stoppage. It's the holding pattern in this first quarter at the moment. Green and Pullen trying to get the ball out. Now an opportunity here. Burns handball over the top. And then quickly it was from Hall as well. Opportunity on the outer side now. Good kick. Just misses Blackley. But Blackney gathers the ball now. Can he get the handball out? I'm pretty sure that was a throw. Umpire says play on. Quick hands over the top from Pullen. And now an opportunity going inside 50 from Colliger. Good kick. Finds a teammate. It's going to be quickly played on inside the forward 50. Oh no, the marker dropped. The beautiful kick out in front of him. It's inside the forward 50 for West. Still an opportunity. Corio defending gallantly here as the ball bobbling around. And we'll have a stoppage, and that's an opportunity going begging for Geelong West. So we'll have a stoppage 60 metres out.
Sort of let his teammate down with such a beautiful kick out in front. He had to mark that.
Was so Pullen over the top. We've got a free kick. It's going to go the way of James Pullen. They're now inside the forward 50 here. Coming up the ball. The mark taken. No, they were looking, what does it look like? It was cut off though. So Corio coming back. Herschel Carr gets bounced out of his reach. Still an opportunity for Corio. Even numbers ahead of the ball. Good hands over the top from Shoebridge. Now it's a running race. Blackney's going to gather the ball. If he's got some time, he's got teammates over the top. He's going to take him on. Now he's got some trouble, Blackney. He's going to have a ping. He couldn't kick it from there, could he? It looks pretty good.
I reckon he might.
Blackney with something special early. Kicks Corio's second goal. One behind Geelong West. The 2-2-14. We have gone 10 minutes on the Buckley's Entertainment first quarter scoreboard.
Really, really good passage of football from Corio. I know in recent weeks against some of the sides, that type of footy's hard to play, but good footy. Young Blackney got the ball. He went onto the left. Obviously didn't have a left foot, and I thought, why doesn't he use his left? Well, I'll tell you why. Because he got back onto his right and kicked a beautiful, beautiful goal.
Some nice work there. They've been able to get out the back now and score some goals. So pressure now back on as Croft goes in to do some up to work. Green again tries to take it out of the contest, comes to ground level, picked up Colliger. Little tap forward, goes back to Croft, further afield to Unsworth, and Unsworth goes out wide, looking for his teammate out there, and Keane leads in the race with the ball, but he's gone past it. Kepley went back, he collected it. Got away the first time, then he was tackled. I think he might be in a bit of trouble now. Umpire agrees, and he has been held up out the other side of the ground. So Keane with the free kick. Didn't give himself a lot of room, but it's okay. This time out on a lead. The mark has been taken there by Carey. Should have held on to the last one like that. He now goes quickly into their forward line. Gain, kick, probably never towards any target, but it's picked up out there by Goddard. Tried to get the handball away. Tackled by Corio, who will see the ball over the boundary line. Nice work, and that will let them set up back there. It's only 20 metres around from the behind post. Umpire about to restart it. Butters looks like he's doing the ruck work. Greens has gone down there. Butters takes it out of the contest, kicks back towards goal, and it's gone out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in the forward pocket.
Probably neglected to say, too, that beautiful passage of play could well be our first contender for the Kempy Engineering Read the Play of the day. And again, Shoebridge involved.
Yes.
He's going all right.
So the ball from that ruck contest, that boundary had been picked up, kicked across the face of goal this time. Runs towards the boundary line, and it was going to be touched and pushed over the boundary line. Taking it that way for Corio was Jelinek. So he's one of their key defenders. Umpire about to restart, as I said. Green's doing the ruck work. See, that was a low throw in. I think the umpire asked
bring it back
again.
Bring it back, that's all right.
Cool. So a little bit more elevation required. So about 25 out from the goal at West End. We're going to be picked up there, kicked towards goal. Butters had it in his hands and he lost it. Now Corio have done the right thing and forced it through for a minor score. So Geelong West that 2 behinds and Corio on 2 goals too. And we have gone 13 minutes in this Buckley's Entertainment first quarter.
You're not happy with some of the skills, Grub?
I just think if they go, especially against the Wind, they've dropped 2 sitters that could have resulted in 2 goals. They've got to take those marks, West. You have to.
Definitely right. And so Corio going to play on from fullback down the line, looking for the last goal kicker in Blackney. He finds himself out the ball. And it's going to go for the Herschel Carr's going to run into an open goal. He's just got to have the ball.
He won't have to touch it.
He does. How good from Jay Blackney. And Herschel Carr kicks his first of the day. No. 2 behind to Geelong West, 3-2 Corio. Early, good, healthy early lead. And we have gone 14 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
And we've already got 2 contenders for the Kempy Read to Play of the day. That was magnificent. I tell you what, he didn't kick the goal, but it could almost be part of the Connectel. Yes, that's right, Connectel. Goal of the day, play of the day, whatever you want. That's what we come to see. Brilliant football.
It was so easy too. A long kick out from fullback, cleared the pack.
And he's done about 2 or 3 kicks all the way.
That's it. So back in the middle we go once again. Ruckman at it again. Ball comes from that centre contest, picked up out there, and tackle has been put on. Evans tried to force his way through, but couldn't get through that contest. Croft in there doing the ruck work. He jumps. Unfortunately, the ball is tapped out there by Walden, and he's doing some work. Manning Stratton kicks the ball into their forward line. They go there once again, picked up. Handball comes outside. Blackney has another opportunity. Tried to squeeze through the contest. Now West have some numbers back there. Collins gets the handball out wide, and they run through Roweth from the back pocket. Short kick out to the half-back line. Mark has been taken, and that was nicely done by Unsworth, I think. So he now looks to the back inside. And again, foot skills had to be good and worth. Sewell had it played on, was tackled from behind. Corio now able to turn the ball back, go back towards Carr. He's got the ball. He was thrown out of that contest without the ball in his hand. Might have been a little bit lucky. And umpire this time will call for a ball up in the forward pocket as Corio continued to attack in this first quarter. So again, Green to ruck work. Croft from behind. Umpire said that was okay. Picked up out there. Colliger, little boot, went straight up in the air, got the fist away. Picked up again, kicked back towards the goal square. That's going to clear the goal. I think it's gone through for a goal. It has, and Corio now have their 4th. They are 4-2. They lead Geelong West on 2 straight behinds. And we have gone for 15, almost 16 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter.
That's another good goal. It's a pretty good play from Corio. I've got to ask you, Smithy, like if you're coaching, I know you've got, and a lot of clubs do it these days. They push their defenders up, so you can sort of be part of the play and all that. After seeing what we've seen a couple of times, do you have one back? You've got to leave one back.
You've got to be the last man in defence.
Yeah, especially when there's a bloke like Herschel Carr sitting back there on your own. You can't all go up.
No.
You're going to have to change your plan a little bit and make sure there is someone back there.
Yeah, you watch most games now. The last player in the line is usually a defender.
Well, that would have stopped them 2 goals.
So back in the middle now. Ball. It's going to go forward again for Corio. It was good smother coming across the boot. Opportunities. They stream inside the forward 50 from McMahon. He's trying to find Herschel Carr. He does. In the pocket. So Herschel Carr will have his first set shot of the day from about 40 metres out, right, tucked up right on the boundary. So not an easy kick from there, Grub.
Oh, no, it's not. But you never know what this bloke's going to do. He's mercurial. I've seen him kick a lot harder goals, and I've seen him miss easier ones. So you just have to sit back and wait and see what you get.
Inside the right goalpost, I would say, from there, as Herschel Carr comes in for his second goal and give them 30-point margin early in this first quarter. Looked okay off the boot, but no, just to the near side. So an opportunity going begging there for Herschel Carr and Corio. 2 behinds from Geelong West to 4-3, 27 Corio on the first quarter Bucket Entertainment scoreboard. So now, Frangos. He might go out wide. He doesn't look like he has a plethora of options. He's going to go right up the guts. Needs someone to fly here. They're going to bring the ball to ground, although it's all Corio. They're going to inside forward 50 again from McMahon. That was rubber off the boot. Now an opportunity coming back from Greaves, and then they might work something out here, although it was beautifully read off the boot from the Corio defenders. Good smother, though. There's still an opportunity for West, although it was well done on that occasion by Jelenic. Got the handball over the top. Now they've got players everywhere out here. Corio Hall was involved, then over the top. They're going to find a target here in the path. The mark is taken by Shoebridge.
You know what? He was going to get that footy when he was sitting on the wing. He ran in beautifully, read it beautifully. He can play, this bloke.
So early troubles.
He's one of the 4 points.
Geelong West.
Yeah. And the other one, McMahon's playing pretty well too.
There's warning signs all over the ground for Geelong West at the moment as Shoebridge comes in. He's had a very good start to this one. Get the margin out past 30 points. He's kicked the goal. 2 behinds Geelong West at 5-3, 33. Corio, and we have gone 18 and a half minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Bucks Entertainment.
You know, it doesn't matter how many losses you have and whether you get beaten badly or not. Once you kick a couple of goals, they're all up and about, and everything else is forgotten. Let's do what we're doing at the moment. I know West will have the win in the next quarter. They'll have to change their game. But at the moment, they're doing everything asked of them, and they look really good. They look good.
Yeah, they've been clean.
Yeah.
Yep.
And West, unfortunately, haven't been with their disposal to date.
Pullen goes back into the ruck, and they try to work it from the middle of the ground. It's picked up, goes towards their half-forward line, coming up. Mark, I reckon that should have been played.
Yeah,
Mitchell had a fair grab at it. Now he goes quickly into their forward line. This is the important kick. Mark not taken out there. Good spoil. Cleaned up out there by Evans. Clicks the ball across the ground. Savanka in a little bit of space, but has gone over the boundary line, and a throw in to take place inside forward 50. Clubroom side of the ground. An opportunity maybe for West if they're able to get some runners outside the contest. Again, ball comes out that way towards Unsworth. He's taken the ball and then is tackled straight away. No prior opportunity there. Umpire, good call, comes in and does things very quickly. Pulling again, doing the ruck work. And again, he does get a clear cat run at it. Savanka got the ball outside, and they now run through centre wing. They cross into half-forward line. Handball goes out to Green. Didn't want to kick the ball, but he does so now. Goes long into the forward line. Kerr positioning his body pretty nicely. Maybe should have got a free kick there.
I thought he might have.
Manning Stratton kicks around the body, back towards the goal, but won't bring it back far enough, and through for a minor score.
I think he was being held on to.
Just getting manhandled.
Yeah.
And 5-4 now to Corio, 2 straight behinds to Geelong West, and we've gone just over 20 minutes first quarter.
So Frangos into the pocket, the easy option. They're going to take it at the moment. Under a lot of pressure at the moment, Geelong West. They're going to go down the line. The ball's going to be turned over once again. It's going to be coming back. They've had 2 different whistles here. The non-officiating umpire, might be the boundary umpire, has said maybe it's gone over the boundary line, but I think it should be a cry ball anyway, shouldn't it?
Not if he got the second grab, it'd be a throw-in.
Oh, yeah. So no, they're saying it was juggled.
No, it's going to cry. It's fine.
So it is. So Corio with the ball about 75 metres out now from goal. They're going to go short, just a chip kick over the top, although didn't go for the mark on that occasion, Shoebridge. Went with the fist instead. Opportunity for Geelong West. Good hands out wide. And they're going to go back towards the middle, coming through, trying to get the ball forward, still tapping it on. Couldn't quite. Now Geelong West and quick hands. They're going to use the ball on the outer side. Oh, still moves from Mitchell there. Now we kick over the top. It's a genuine one-on-one out here. Oh, beautifully done on that occasion for Savenka. He gives the handball off now. They're going to go inside the forward 15. Collins is happy to see that ball over the boundary line. He puts a knee into his opponent's back. So we'll have a stoppage just in front of us in the broadcast position.
I'll tell you what, if you're going to see a blind turn, it's going to come from Brad Mitchell. I don't reckon anyone else out here will be doing them.
So ball back in now. Neither Ruffin really won the ball out. It might have been high. It was. The umpire was in perfect position to see that. So Braden Mitchell is going to have a chip kick over the top. It's a pretty good one as well, though. Two players West. Need to use the voice on that occasion. They didn't. So now there'll be a stoppage. And the umpire said he dragged it in as well to make it even worse. That's going to go to Corio. So now the ball with Waldron.
It
was nearly turned over. Down the line now, one-on-one with this man, Shoebridge. He's had a pretty good first quarter. Cullen sees the ball over the boundary line. That was a beautiful turn coming in.
But man,
now back to Shoebridge. He's going to look inside the ground. Couldn't go on his left foot because he doesn't have one. Quick hands back from Roberts. And then Shoebridge involved again. Umpire says holding the ball. So quickly now from West. Mitchell has the ball. True centre wing. He's going to look up. He's going to kick it to a big pack of players. Can someone take the mark? No, it's dropped. I might swing around, though, from 50. It was Carey. It's bouncing towards it. Might get over the top. Still an opportunity from West. Good defence from Corio. They're going to kick out now. It's a 1-on-3 here. They shouldn't win this, Corio, but somehow they do. Quick hands over the top. No, he's going to go himself. Ash kicks a bit of a spiral punt. 1-on-1 with Collins and Shoebridge, and Collins is going to win that one out. So it's in front of us in the broadcast position. Good kick, although coming through, it wasn't at the end. Blackney came through. He's coming back the other way. Oh, and he's giving it high contact. I thought that was a fair hip and shoulder. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that as well, Grub.
Beautiful hip and shoulder to the shoulder. He's holding his shoulder, and that's a terrible one up. Sorry.
Slavenka's going to go inside, forward 50 for Corio. Opportunity and another free kick.
This game's not marred.
Geelong West coaches are going to be tearing their hair out right now. So Rangros, it was the one who gave it away, and they're going to have an opportunity for 35 out directly in front.
Look, the last one was a 50-50 one that I don't comment because the umpire's closer. But I think when the umpire's 10 feet away and sees the contact to the shoulder, and then the umpire 50 metres away decides, no, it's high, that's wrong. He's made a big mistake. I know. We all make them. We all make it.
Cleaton now. 40 metres, pretty high.
It
looks good off the boot. And this margin is now out to 38 points. Two behind Geelong West and 6-4. 40. And we have gone 24 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Bucks Entertainment.
I tell you what, just sitting here, thinking, yeah, okay, they got the win and they're playing pretty good footy. They're, 3 and 4 and 5 goals, but West are going to have it in the second quarter, so we'll sit back and watch them perform. They're going to be a bit careful. They don't kick another couple of goals and put the margin out to something that they can't pull back in.
Yeah.
And if they do that, if Corio get a couple more, I think there's a margin they may real struggle to pull back in.
So back in the middle we go once again. Ball from the contest, picked up. Handball goes outside, ends up in the hands of Frangos, gets through the traffic from the middle of the ground. Delivers the ball long into their forward line. Ball out the back, well read, and it was a Corio once again. They'll turn things around. They came back towards the centre-half back position. Marcus taken out there. Bergen has been okay back through at the centre-half back this afternoon. So he's now got the ball. Goes short, kick, will make the target. Only just. Or the umpire called play on
I think he dropped it.
Oh, did he?
I think he might have dropped
possession of it. But anyway, it was Gibson that had it and lost it. Umpire didn't pay a free kick against him. And it's going to be a ball up, I reckon, just on forward 50 now. Game ruck contest there. Butters gets the ball out the back into the hands of Savanka. Handball goes back inside. That worked okay. Went back and tried to get the 1-2. Didn't take it cleanly, so now ball is sitting underneath Greaves. He gets the ball and feeds it out, but Corio merge with it. They run from the half-back line. They go across the ground to Evans. He goes further back and he finds Natoli West. He goes out. Has a Bergen once again. He's able with time to go over the top. Look for his teammate on centre wing. Does it stay in?
It's gone out. It's gone out.
I has seen that, and there's going to be a ball up on centre wing far side. But they were off and running again.
He's given the lasso, so it's going to go back to West, I think. I just saw him pull the lasso out.
Well, if it's gone out, yeah. Well, we can't see if he touched it from here. He did touch it, but it must have been already out.
Yeah, the umpires are going to converse here, and we had a bit of this last week.
Throw it in.
Now they're going to throw it in.
Yeah, because I think he touched it.
Yeah. Well, he did try to keep it in the field of play, and I thought he was in, but then may have gone out. So
Yeah, it tells me it was already out, which means it probably should have been a last touch.
So the ball now.
No, I'm not calling it the Sue. Shut up.
Yep. So the ball is going from that contest, picked up by Mitchell again, tries to struggle and gets the handball away. Lima went past it and left the ball behind him, and players now on the ground. Umpire will come in and ball it up. So we're on just attacking side of the ground for Geelong West on the far side. Ruck contest, they go at it, and again, from that contest, they win plenty of possession. College goes out the back, and his teammate out there in Buckwell, who kicks the ball long into their half-forward line. Again, mark or ground-level football to be won. It's picked up, tackles laid, and no prior opportunity. Umpire has, again, called for a ball up at the true centre half-forward position for Geelong West. Butter's the only one who will be going there to contest the ball. Got the handball outside. Savanka waited, couldn't put the tackle on. Picked up out there by Cerisi Arnsworth. He's tackled. Umpire again coming in. We'll ask for it back. So another ball up, similar position. This time, Butters doesn't even jump. The ball was tapped down to Savanka. Got players on the outside. Might have been Clyden to kick the ball out, and that's definitely going to be a free kick that went out of bounds on the full. Geelong West this time with an opportunity to bring the ball back into their forward line. Braden Mitchell will put the ball back in.
Understatement, but gee, they need a goal here.
Yes, they need to find something, don't they? As I said, the breeze, as I said, where we sit, it doesn't appear to be that strong. They kick the ball with a bit of distance, but again, the kick going in, it's fallen short, and the mark has been taken out there. They're going to relieve pressure once again through Evans. Not too sure where he wants to go, but he looked up, had plenty of time, and the mark has been taken by McMahon. And again, he's going to bring the ball clubber side out towards centre wing, and that's another good kick to position. Mark is taken out this time by Burns. He's been good through the middle of the ground early. He chips the ball back inside. That's dangerous. Now they're going to turn the ball over. Picked up by Butters. Got the handball outside. Oh, no vision there. Tackle laid. Ball comes out. Good tackle, and it will run back again. That's Isaiah Bingo, I think, that's got the ball this time. And he will relieve some pressure for the Corio side. He goes back inside. That's a great-looking kick. Finds Hall. Can't pick him out with his hair not there. He gets the handball, goes out wide, and they run from the centre wing again. That's a good kick to position once again. And the mark has been taken out there this time by Clyden. So he's outside 50. The next kick will be important. Goes looking towards Carr, but standing in the road, Collins has gone back, and he has taken a relieving mark once again. So Jackson Collins now with a little bit of time and some just to chew up, I would think. I don't think there'll be too much urgency in getting the ball forward. He can run back through the goal square if he wants to. Call the play on. Now he's in trouble. Umpire said he had plenty of opportunity, and the free kick is going to go to Corio, and Gibson will take the free kick from the forward pocket.
I don't think you saw that grub, but I don't think you would have been too happy with it.
No, I was looking at the points. They're just getting some value out of the kids they took.
So Callum Gibson kicks around the body. Did he bring it back far enough? Not this time, through for a minor score. And that moves Corio now to 6-5, and they lead Geelong West on 2 straight behinds. We have gone 29 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, they're getting some value from they got those kids that were over the odds, didn't they? Savanka and Bigham and all that, father and son. And they were 3 or 4 points because they were under 18s. But now they're back to 2 and 1 points, and they're playing like 3 or 4 pointers almost. So they're getting the value, and they deserve that because they took that risk on the kids, and they deserve everything they get from that.
Grangos now probably wants corner time. It couldn't come soon enough for him and his team at the moment, but it might be coming back as a good mark taken by Waldron. So it won't be long to go. He's going to hurry up. Kicks inside the forward 50. A good mark coming back from Collins. Now he's got to go behind his mark this time and turn it over last time he had the ball. He's going to go out wide. They might go for a switch. I think they'll be pretty happy. They can just see this as the siren goes for quarter time. Score is Geelong West, 2 behinds to Corio, 6-5-41. That quarter was brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
So goal kickers all with Corio, and that is Blackney, Herschel Carr, Shoebridge, Clyden, Waldron and Evans. So a good start for the Corio side here this afternoon. We're going to take a short break and come back with scores from around the ground. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. It is Corio 6 goals, 541. They lead Geelong West on 2 straight behinds and probably had a couple of chances early, but weren't able to take some opportunities with some marks, which would have helped things out for them. But Grubb definitely positive signs there for the Corio boys.
Oh, yeah, it was a very interesting game, especially if you're a Corio supporter. But you're right. I got a bit frustrated early because I thought, against the wind, against the side that everyone thinks this is going to be a close game, you can win the game, and they dropped a couple of real bad ones earlier and finished up the quarter. You don't really notice it at the time. But when you get to quarter time and they've still kicked no goals, then it really brings it back to fruition. So, yeah, missed a couple of opportunities, but yeah, there was a period there from about 10 minutes to about 22 minutes that Corio absolutely dominated. And they were really, really good. They had Blakeney playing well. They had McMahon was good. Jelenic was good. Shoebridge was fantastic. Walden was good. Savanka down back was good. But I got a lot of dashes here. Blokes that weren't their best players, they all did something. The Tolly West, Bergen, Gibson, Jack Green, they all did something. Whereas I think from what I saw, West had quite a few passengers. I had no dashes beside him. I had Braden Mitchell, I had Scotty Frangos, Jackson Collins. Without them two back down there, they'd have kicked 10 Corio. College was okay and pulling, but I got none of the other blokes who did things. And you need, even when you got to have good players, but you got to have blokes, a bit like the old Bell Post Hill dynasty. You get blokes going around and weren't their best players, but they play their role and they put a bit in. And West didn't have it that quarter and Corio did. Now, with the wind, it might change things. So this is the big quarter for both sides. 6-5, probably gettable. Well, they didn't kick those other two goals we were talking about. So 6-5, they're gettable. If they can kick 4 or 5, we might have a good game at half time. But Corio, the way they played, if they continue in that role, they could go further ahead.
Quick scores from around the grounds there, Arch.
We'll see how many we get through. 4-2, Thompson 26, trailing Werribee 6-4, 40. 21-27, Belmont are leading North Geelong. 20-32, East Geelong are leading Winchelsea. 35-10, Inverleigh are leading Anarchy. 39-7, Bannockburn are leading Gold Coast Hill.
Yeah, we'll wait till half time until we see that Breeze has
Melpost Hill?
39-7. So umpire is now about to start things here in the second quarter. As I said, West to do, or have with a little bit of work to do. Pulling's back in the ruck.
Clock's working.
Yep, thanks, Bushy. And Walden doing the ruck work also from ground level. Shoebridge went back and collected it once again.
Got one high,
but maybe try to lift his arm up.
Drop the legs a bit too. Yeah, fair enough.
So umpire to take possession of it once again, pulling the ruck work. Again, ball comes from that contest, runs back towards centre wing. Over the top of the ball, Greaves. He's able to feed the ball about, but it's been intercepted there by Walden. Goes into the half corner. Jackson Collins. Now he's back in defence. He is holding things up there nicely. Goes across to Craven. Craven further afield, and the mark has been taken out there by Cerisi Unsworth. And he delivers the ball towards centre wing. That's better movement of the ball, and they've been able to get it down towards, or just over centre wing. And it's Greaves now with the ball. He wants to bring the ball in quickly, but umpire now has called him to play on. He goes right into the middle of the ground. Not too sure who he's looking at. The ball will get through the contest, but out the back. Went through his legs. Ashes there now for Corio. Burst through the contest. Got the little one too. Went back inside with a handball. Over to Shoebridge. He's waiting for him to come back again. Goes back to Ash. A little bit of run going to the half-forward line. They're going to turn it over in a minute if they don't get the ball moving forward. Kicks forward. Mark has been taken. And Blackney, he dives and takes the mark, plays on, goes out wide. Savanka made good space, and he has taken the mark inside 50. Can go back and look at his first goal this afternoon.
I think it was Ash there, Rob.
He was very, very
goal
good.
Here, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He got it back.
If he had been able to kick left foot, he'd have had a ping, but he just had to get back round on that right boot.
So Savanka now, he is about 40 metres out, and it will be a hard kick from there. Herschel Carr makes a lead, but Savanka's got his head down and wasn't looking. He'll probably still go to him if he wants him. He's still in space and clear. He steps in now. Left footer. Kicks that goal. It's a nice looking kick off the boot. And I'll tell you what, I thought he was going to come back enough, but it hasn't. 3-4 A minus score. The first score of the second quarter. It's Corio moving to 6 goals, 6. And West remain on that 2 straight behind. It's 2 minutes gone. Second quarter.
So Rangos went long down Goddard. So Goddard over the top now. Little chip kick to Mitchell. This has been a ball move from Geelong West. That might be out of bounds on the full. It is. Although, as the boundary umpire seen it, I don't think she was there in time. So it's going to be paid a mark. It was definitely out.
It's on the blood track.
So key.
It's on the blood track.
It's going to play on. Side forward 50. Maybe a little bit of luck they need. Tackle now. Couldn't quite. Now that's holding the ball. I don't know if it was a tackle from Butters. That's out of bounds. So we'll have a ball in and maybe got away with one there, Grob.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
He's reporting.
Oh, well,
here.
we'll
What,
make
is,
it.
that a red?
I think he's giving them to both of them. One of them or two of them.
So there's cards coming out here at
Yellow.
West Oval.
Both.
Both.
2 yellow cards. So the umpire's had enough of it. Is that Jelenic and Butters?
I think they're both reported.
Well, I think Jelenic will get off. I'm not so sure about Butters. And Jelenic started it, and Butters was a little bit too strenuous in his reply, I think, from what I saw, but still not a great deal in it.
So because there was one...
Cleared
does that
and
mean
a
free
reprimand.
kick? Does that
No?
mean no free kick because
No,
they both do
they'll-
it to each other?
No, they'll ball it up, I would think, but I'd say cleared and a reprimand for that. Then both might have been a little bit stiff to be sent off for something like that. Just a bit.
I'll be going to the tribunal this week. So ball is back in now. Gathered on that occasion from Charlie West. He tried to get the ball out. He couldn't quite. It's stuck in West. Forward 50 here, and neither team can get the ball out. So another ball up. 45 metres out from Geelong West Girls. Still searching for their first. I thought he was pulling another card out there.
No, he's going to give a free
It's a
kick,
free
though.
kick. Don't know what for, although Corio will take it. It was short, although it was nearly turned over. Ends up with Gibson. He's going to handball the ball. He links up with his teammates in bigger and then out wider. Now ended up with Bergen. Bergen down the line. True centre wing, far side of the ground. Another whistle, and it's going to go the way of West now. So a lot of stop-start footy early in this second quarter. Brought to you by Elders Insurance. Okay, has the ball. Geelong West. They're going to go inside, forward 50. Opportunity. Was that hands in the back?
Yeah, it was.
Umpire says play on. Opportunity now. Quick hands over the top. Ends up with Keane. Couldn't quite now. Swing back. Might be Carey from the boundary. No. Had a man inside as well. Could have used him. So 3 behinds now for Geelong West to 6-6-42. We have gone 5 minutes in this second quarter. Brought to you by Elders Insurance.
Yes, they've got to start finding that to mark Geelong West when they're coming forward with the ball. The ball is kicked in by Savenka at full back, and he goes short. Mark taken out there this time by Bergen. He's going to chip short again, so they're maintaining possession. Shoebridge has played a pretty good game, pushing the back. Free kick going to...
Well, he actually
that
paid
player.
the mark.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but then he dropped it, but I think he must have changed it to in the back, I think. He played it very early.
So Shoebridge inside defensive 50 now, kicks back towards centre wing. Mark has been taken it out, and he read that very nicely, and that was Taylor. So Hayden Taylor now looking for some further options down the field. Not too many. Went to one of the smallest players coming up, and Blackney couldn't take the mark, but Collins does pick the ball up, goes outside by hand. Further field, they go now with the ball going towards Cerisi's Unsworth, but he couldn't take clean possession. Picked up by Lima. Lima goes with a handball outside, and they walk the ball in towards Croft on the half-forward line, and umpires agree to pay that mark there. So to get called play on. I didn't hear that, but the umpire obviously did. The umpire had his arms in the air. Game ball goes forward, picked up. Handball comes out the back, and it's going to be taken over the boundary line. So we're going to have a throw-in to take place 20 metres around from behind post.
There's one other way you can tell too. He didn't give 50.
Yeah, well, that's
yes,
true.
he would have.
Why was it play on?
Don't know. Unless he went around the mark, I don't know. I didn't see him.
Thrown back in, forward pocket again. Corio with some work to do to hold up defensively. They've been able to do it so far, and that's a good early call from the umpire there. Still 25 to 30 metres out from the Geelong West goal. Forward pocket area. Mitchell sneaking his way down there. Ruck contest. Ball goes back inside. Picked up. Cleaned away there by McMahon. He goes across the face of goal, but it's going to come back because the mark has been taken out there by Buckle. Now he's outside 50, so probably will stretch him to kick the goal. He goes back inside to Craven. He takes the mark.
He's further out.
Yep. Well, they need one good kick going forward. He goes long into their forward line. Ball up the back. Mark should have been taking the game.
Another one.
Another one. Yep, that's exactly right. An opportunity now with ball on deck. Picked up out there, and the kick was short by Gibson. Wasn't great, but it might work for them because the ball has gone back towards the boundary line. And the umpire's called for paid a free kick. It's going to be in the back, and it's going to be Shoebridge once again. So he will. No, it's not.
No.
Going to Kefai. He goes back to the pocket. Mark taken. Natoli West. Another dangerous kick.
Yeah, because they switched it and had nowhere to go.
So they've got the ball outside now.
Oh!
He missed his target, and the ball has gone over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in the forward pocket.
This is what Corio got to make sure doesn't creep into their game, because at the moment, West can't kick goals. But if they keep doing little things like that, they go the switch, but there's no one to switch to. So he's forced to kick it into the corridor. You don't want to give opportunities to a side who can't kick goals, because they will eventually kick them.
So ball back in now. 35 out from the West goal. Opportunity now. In and under. Was that high contact? The non-officiating umpire from 70 metres away has said it was. So it's going to be... Who's the player it's going to be?
I think it's Keane, isn't it?
It is going to be Keane.
Unless Cerise Youngworth.
So Cerise Youngsworth now. He's going to be 40 metres out to kick their first goal. He's going to play on it. He's going to short pass, and he's found his teammate to Goddard. So obviously wasn't comfortable with the journey. So he goes to Stuart Goddard. He'll have a shot from still about 35, 40 metres out.
Well, I think he'll be comfortable with the journey, though, I think.
So Geelong West kick their first goal of the day.
Mind you, when you talk about kicking with the breeze, you would probably rather him on the other side of the ground. He's almost kicking into it a little bit here. So he has to go a bit left to right. Don't stick it up too far in the air because it'll go away.
See if he takes Grubby's advice. He comes in now. Little stutter step. Goes back. Little left to right. He does.
That's the kick. That's the kick.
So 1-3-9 now to 6-6-42. Geelong West finally kicked their first goal. And it comes at the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. This quarter is brought to you by Alders Insurance.
It was a good little lead and a good kick. And the Corio bloke was up to it. He went with him, but it was just too good a kick and too good a lead. But once he got the footy, he gave you that impression that we haven't kicked one yet, so I'm going to do it. He never looked back. He never looked for a lead. He goes, leave it to me, boys. And he put it right through the middle with a beautiful, beautiful kick.
So back with the umpire once again. Green in there doing some ruck work now. Jan, both ruckman. Green gets the ball down, tap forward, goes towards Shoebridge once again. Needs just to pick the ball up. Needs support now. Has it. Got the handball out the back. Now they run through the middle of the ground. Out the back they come towards Ash on that left boot. Goes outside looking for Savenka. Going to stay in the field of play, but he has taken it over. And we will have a throw-in which will take place out there. So just attacking side of centre wing for them. Green doing the ruck work out there. Up against Pullen. Ball from Green. Ball comes out the back. Picked up out there. Colliger got the handball away. That tackle might have been high. Oh no, umpire's called for a ball up by the looks of things. Umpire now with ball back in hand. Thrown up and again this time. Pullen, Green, both ruckman. Little hands on it. Picked up Jans. Got the little left foot into the middle of the ground. Coming through. Couldn't be cleanly taken there by Greaves. Colliger taps the ball and keeps it alive. Now it's in the middle of the ground. Ash got the ball once again. Goes inside. Picked up out there. And that was McMahon looking for some teammates. Hall had it. Put it further afield. Goes back to that player in McMahon. And he runs now and kicks the ball into their half-forward line. Mark. And it's going to be turned around because Geelong West are able to take a mark in their defensive end. Player out there was Beatty. Goes across the ground. And the mark has been turned over. So Corio with another opportunity here. They go long back into their forward line. Collins, he's playing a lot better game now. He's been moved back into that defensive role and he has taken the mark. He's going to turn things around for West and go back towards centre wing. Colliger up in front. Didn't take the mark. That was nicely done out there by McMahon. Didn't waste any time and goes quickly into their forward line. And the mark has been taken out there. I reckon that's Burns. I think it is just inside forward 50.
Too far out though, I think.
I think that breeze, yeah. It was just it's just started to pick up a little bit. I think. Grub.
Well, just the last kick that Savenka had from a long way out, the distance didn't worry him at all. And I'm starting to think maybe the wind's got no plan at all. But you're right. I think it has just sprung up a little.
So here he is. We'll soon know how it will affect him. He lines up, kicks that goal. He's got some distance on it, but the accuracy is not quite there and through for a minor score. So his first score of the afternoon. And Corio now to 6 goals, 7-1-3 to Geelong West and 12 and a half minutes gone. Alders Insurance second quarter.
So ball over the top now, ends up with a smart tap on that occasion.
Was it a realistic attempt?
Couldn't quite though. Now the tackle is late. Is that a bit aggressive? Yeah, the umpire says it's okay. So just about true centre wing here. Fly with ball in hand. So Ruckman jostle for front position. Pullen and Green. Ball hits the deck now. So Venkaderi couldn't quite get his hands on the ball. On his hands and knees as well. Also there is Corio lays a tackle. Are the umpire going to see this? Going to say no prior opportunity. So out of a stoppage. So all in hand again now. About 70 metres out from the Corio goal. Kicked one in this quarter. It's far. Ball back into trouble with that high contact. It is. So Mitchell will get the free kick. It's going to roll around and go quickly. Chip kick over the top. It might work out. Oh, beautifully done. If he keeps the ball in, it was really well done on that occasion from Sefai. Though he was pushed over the line. So other stoppage just in front of us in the broadcast position.
He attacked the ball well, though. You got to give him that.
Definitely. Nearly kept it in. So back in now. Pulling in Green. Ball down now. They win this clearance out, although it was good hands, wasn't far enough. So ended up with Samantha and then handball over the top. And then Manning Stratton in the path of Burns. Can he cover the ball? It's a genuine one-on-one out there with Lima. Couldn't quite win this one. And Manning Stratton wins the ball again. He's going to turn inside out and then handball over the top to Gibson. And now back to Manning Stratton. He's had a couple of touches in the same minutes. Umpire, see, I think he's played a block.
Played a block. He's definitely played a block, Archie.
So
You're better than I thought you were, Archie.
so Gibson has the ball, far side of the ground, true centre wing. He ignored the lead on that occasion from Kilden. Going to go further down the line. A good contested mark taken from Burns. So he's 50 metres out. He had no trouble with the distance last time. He's going to chip it over the top of the park. The car, here he is. He takes the mark. The Geelong West coaches won't like that because they knew exactly where that ball was going. The path to Herschel Carr. They needed someone to stand in the hole, didn't they, Grub?
Yeah, they did. And it's such a hard player to play on because he wanders around like he's not a danger to the opposition in the world. And then all of a sudden he goes bang, bang, bang. So you've just got to watch him every moment.
This will be for his second go on the first. For Corio in the second quarter. Goes back for 30 metres, pretty much directly in front, makes the goal up, missed it, work, and he's missed it. Oh, after he celebrated as well.
Well, I'm going to get you.
Cop it for that.
I thought it was a goal.
So did Herschel Carr. He's pointing at the scoreboard right now, and the fans to him as the ball is back in.
Just concentrate on the game at hand. Don't worry about the crowd. You cannot get sucked in by the crowd.
So 139 to 6-8-44. And it's a bit of theatre in this one. We've got 15 minutes in this second quarter. Brought to you by Elders Insurance.
How many times have you seen a bloke point to the scoreboard and they kick 4 or 5 goals and all of a sudden you're down? It happens throughout history. Don't worry about that.
Still at the top. You can remember to walk the walk today now. Herschel Carr put some extra pressure on himself. The ball's back inside now. It's going down towards the Geelong West end, although it was well done coming out of defence for Corio. Might be coming back, though. Opportunity for Geelong West. Genuine one-on-one inside, forward 50. The marker's dropped on that occasion from Carey. Going to go with the ball now as his tackle. Should be holding the ball. The umpire has paid it. So they're going to go quickly now. And up with this Holy West. He goes over the top.
Oh, where's he going?
Oh, no.
Where's he going?
Side of the defence. Mark is taken by Keane. Not the best kick from the Holy West. I think he was trying to switch the ball and he kicked it into his own defence and he's passed it to Keane. So he'll have a shot now.
Well, I reckon you've understated that. Not the best kick. It's probably the worst kick that he could have done. You couldn't kick it any worse.
So Keane now from 40 metres out, pretty much directly in front, goes back, leans back on the kick. It's the goal. Kicks their second goal of the quarter. So 2-3-15 now to 6-8-44. We have gone 17 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
That's the second time now they've gone the switch and they've completely been all at sea. And the first one didn't cost them a goal, but that one did. If I'm coaching, I'm sending the runner out saying, don't worry too much about the switch at the moment. Kick it long, go down the line, and we'll work it out from there. But now twice the switch has got them in trouble, and there was no one. I mean, that was a bad kick. But even if it wasn't, they were still 2-on-2. You only go the switch when you got a bloke on their own, and they had no one there. So yeah, it's a mistake, but you watch this kid. He'll come good in a timely, West. Don't worry about that.
It was actually Clyde that did the kick.
Clyde, was
yeah,
it?
Yeah, it was Clyde with the pants over his eyes. Ball now from West. They're going to go forward once again. Kepi. Ball comes to ground, picked up. There's another opportunity here. Ball's picked up, kicked around the body there. Brislin, or actually went to pulling in the end, tried to kick the ball back in towards the centre half back. Ends up in the hands of him again. Brislin on the right boot, kicks towards goal. The touch. Umpires indicated it was touched. The boundary of the goal umpire. And it's going to be a throw which will take place beside the behind post.
Look, another big opportunity there, but the Corio defence was just so desperate. He thinks he's getting a kick here, but he ain't.
So umpire now to restart it. Not too far from the behind post. And he's come in a little way here, which is good. Throws the ball back in now. Ruckman there, ball cracking in front of the contest, goes back towards the goal square, tackle laid, umpire says no prior opportunity there.
I didn't like the way he was running in there, Smithy.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to play hold on the ball, but not good umpiring.
So thrown up a couple of metres from the goal line, ball tapped back towards the goal square, and it has been pushed through for a minor score. So West now to 2-4, 6-8 Corio. They're 44, and we have gone just on 19 minutes in this second quarter.
Savanka went out wide to a 2-on-1. It was well on out in the end by Shoebridge. The other hand back to Savanka. Good running from the young man. He kicks up over the head of Herschel. Yeah, he went a little bit too early. The kick wasn't great. Inside forward, 50 now. Opportunity for Geelong West. Going back. Carey couldn't quite. Juggles it over the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in 35 metres out from the Geelong West goal.
I'm not picking on Herschel Carr, but when the ball went over his head, his first thing he did was look back at his teammate to say, hey, it went over my head. In the meantime, they played on.
Yes.
You've got to keep your eye on the football. He could have smothered that maybe, you know?
He's done that a couple of times, appealing for free kicks as well. So ball comes out, handball over the top. It was from Pullen. Opportunity for goal. Touched. So just a minor score, but definitely the momentum with Geelong West at the moment. 2-5, 17 to 6-8, 44.
Yeah, they're getting themselves back in the game. But they have to kick goals.
Yes.
So Savanka happy just signalling to slow it down. Take the slice out of this game at the moment. Long kick in front of us in the broadcast position. Rangos wins it out. Is caught straight away, so no prior opportunity. And we'll have a ball up. So we have gone 20 minutes in the second quarter, brought to you out of insurance.
So Walden's doing the ruck work up against Croft. He's up over the top, taps the ball down, picked up, cleared away there by McMahon, kicks towards centre wing. Craven's there, didn't take clean possession. They run the ball back towards the boundary line. That's nicely done there by Blackney. Got the handball over the top to Manning. Stretton puts the ball out in front of his teammate in Shoebridge. Tried to tap it further afield. Handballs inside the car. Took the tackle on. Oh, umpire thought it could have either been holding the ball there or high. I'm not too sure. Maybe it was a 0-all draw, and that's the way the umpire has seen it.
Fair enough.
And it's been a ball up. So they push down the ground now. Walden's doing the ruck work, and again, Corio emerged with the ball. Goes back into the hands of Clyden, kicks back towards the goal square. Trapped, ball pushed back into the front of the contest. It's going to be Shoebridge. He's tackled again and held up. Good strong work back there. So they've been able to hold up so far, West, but they need to put a little bit of score on the board. They don't want to go back in a couple of goals down at most, I would think. So another ball up to take place. Top of the goal square, picked up. They're going to relieve some pressure, West. They bring the ball back. Savanka's going to be the first one to arrive. Puts boot the ball. They go quickly back, and the mark has been taken. And Corio will have another opportunity. And I reckon it could be Waldron. I'm not 100% sure. Yes, it is. So Waldron can go back from nearly the top of the goal square and get Corio their 7th goal. He's just, has there been 50 metres given as well? I think there has. His 20-metre kick now is going to be right on the goal line, and he chips it over the top. He gets his 2nd of the afternoon and the 7th now for Corio. They are 7-8. They lead Geelong Western 2-5. We have gone 22 minutes. Elders Insurance, second quarter.
Believe it or not, they really needed that cry. I know. 7-8 to 2-5 looks like they're doing it nicely, but they hadn't kicked a goal for a long time. And look, I suppose the 20 metres, 25 out, you do kick it, but you want to make them kick it. You don't want to give them 50 with undisciplined play and make it so easy for them. But that'll be a bit of a slap in the face for West, because I just thought they started to get themselves back in the game. I thought they got around the ground. They were just starting to get on top. And then Corio, well, they didn't give a goal away, but Corio were good enough to get it. But it's one that West really, really didn't want to give.
Aimed up pretty well there, Grub. I definitely think West could have kicked another one or two there with that run of momentum. And
Yeah, they've got the ball into the forward 50 so many times without result.
so umpire has ball back in the middle now. Ruckman go at it. Ball hits the ground. Waldron in the ruck for the time being. Forward now, winning the clearance on this occasion. Going forward, West out of the hands of Carey now, trying to turn his opponent inside out. Couldn't quite handle back to Carey. Opportunity takes on one from 45 now. Just wide and misses.
See, that's what I'm saying. They needed that to be a goal.
Another opportunity, Geelong begging. So 2, 6, 17, 7, 8, 50. A lot of advice coming from the coach's box. So Savanka goes out wide and they find a free man. I think they were saying pick up players, and obviously they didn't all do it. Over the top, it was McMahon, and then he found the teammate. And go chip back. Not his best kick on that occasion. Made Gibson work for it. Opportunity back now. Now a dangerous handball. Came to Bigham.
Good kick.
He went over the top, and it's good mark taken. So, just going to take the time out. Now, down. Opportunity towards center of the ground. They're going to go through the guts here, are they? No, not going to go corridor.
Not going anywhere if they haven't got it.
Over. Good tackle late.
Nice little bit of poise by young Bigham down there. He was in a bit of pressure. Had a look. So I'll kick it to this bloke and hit him on the chest. Well done,
A
son.
lot of space over this side of the ground if they can get it over here. So tap over the top. Try win that tap out. It's Green who won it. Now they've
Bridge again.
down the line. Trying to find their teammate Roberts. He comes up with the ball. Now handball inside. West over the top. Not quite now. They gather the ball. Long handball. Frangos has it now. Savanka closing down speed quickly. Opportunity for this player. It's seriously Unsworth. He's going to chip kick over the top. Couple of options. Not a good one in the end. Just gave it a bit too much hang time, and it was cut off by Natoli West. He goes back on to Gibson. So Gibson has the ball in the half-back flank for Corio.
So I don't see the point in that kick. It hasn't helped them.
Gibson up and under kick now. Savanka is going to have to beat a couple. Ball ends up down. Frangos, handball back inside. It's all just a little bit tough for Geelong West at the moment. Now Mitchell tries to take on two. That should be holding the ball, and it is. And I've been impressed with this kid, I tell you. Brock Savanka. Grub.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He probably has to hold his temper a little. He's a bit on-headed. But Mitchell, like a good player, he just has to try and do too much for him, you know?
That's exactly what you're talking about. He just turned it over in the middle of the ground. Now, chip kick over the top. Finds Goddard. So Goddard for Geelong West. He's going to go wide. They've got numbers on the outer side. They can find a target surely inside forward 50 here. They linked up with Buckwell and then inside the forward 50.
That's good football.
That's why you go to the corridor, because it opens up the whole ground. They went wide, and then they found Carey. So good play from Geelong West. Good opportunity to kick their third goal of the match, third goal of the quarter, and reduce the margin back. 26 points. So if he kicks this, Austin Carey coming in. Slight angle about it. 40 metres out. Distance will be no issues. Kick looks very good. 3-6-24 to 7-8-50. Reduce the margin back. And we have gone 26 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
Well, that's what they need to do. Like, for the first quarter and 26 minutes, they've been just banging it in there, rolling it in there, getting it in there any way they can. And they've given their forwards, all right, a couple of chances early, which they dropped, but they haven't given them enough chances. And all of a sudden, they open it up. Carey puts on a beautiful lead out in front. Thank you very much. Best piece of play that Geelong West have done all day. And they need to keep doing that at the 26-minute mark. Get another one or two, and we go in not far from even.
Yes, working quite well, but as I said, they need a couple more before the halftime break, I would think. Ball back in the middle this time. Green taps the ball out, goes towards centre half forward. Again, it's not taken cleanly. McMahon, little tap off the ground. Got it to the forwards, Manning Stratton. He couldn't take it out, but it's picked up. Well, I thought it was going to be Unsworth, but he went back without it. Ball goes into their half forward line. Now it's in some space. Collins comes up. lays a strong tackle, and there was no way that Shoebridge was going to get out of that.
No
All
way
that will take
anyone would have
place.
got out of that
No.
tackle.
Plays just inside forward 50, and again, Green pushes himself down there. Unsworth gets the tap out, so again, the numbers with Corio and out the back, kick smothered off the boot, was done nicely out there by Sewell. He got the ball outside to Buckle. Buckle tries to handball back inside, was able to do so. Frangos kicks into the half forward line, but reading the mark out there was Bergen. Has done nicely from the centre half back position. Called the play on now by the umpire. He takes the ground. He goes back inside 50. Kick. Just didn't quite hit the mark, but they've been able to win possession of the ball. They go across the ground. Cerisi Unsworth's there in best position, and he doesn't let his teammates down. And he takes the mark for Geelong West. Transfers play outside to Mitchell. And he takes the mark. So Mitchell now still just defensive side of centre wing. Has an option short back inside. I think they need to be getting the ball moving forward a bit here, but they maintain possession. Sewell goes back into the middle of the ground. Lever into space. And they've got some run outside with Unsworth. He's got a player inside, but he now takes the ball himself, kicks back into the forward line. Kick didn't hit the target this time, but at ground level, it goes towards Carey and Buckwell. They see it over the boundary line. A throw-in takes place 25 around from the goals.
That's what I'm saying, Smithy. That's the disposals and the way they've been coming in all day.
Yep.
That one bit of play they did was a goal, but that one just mongreled it in and gave their forwards absolutely no chance whatsoever.
They have an opportunity here. Ball is in their forward line. They probably need another goal. Green takes the ball out of the contest. It's picked up. Ball's kicked around the body there by Gibson. It went high, but it's going to land just inside. Lima comes over the top, tries to put a spoil on the ball. That was a good, clean pickup. I'm not too sure who the player was, but Buckle now puts it back inside 50. Had more time than he thought there, and Manning Stratton has taken the mark in defensive 50 for Corio. So they can slow things down now, Corio, if they want to. They go short outside. Mark is taken. Is it just inside the field of play? No, it's not, says the umpire. So another opportunity here. Michael Lima.
Careful.
He's just outside 50, so he's just outside his target here, but he does run, carries and kicks the ball long, goes back towards the goal scorer. The siren sounds, and there will be no score from that kick. So at half-time, it is Corio going in, 7 goals, 850. They lead Geelong West on 3-6-24. Goal kickers for the home side, West, Goddard, Carey and Keane have all won. And for Corio, 2 to Waldron, 1 each to Blackney, Carr, Shoebridge, Blyden and Evans. Take a short break, come back, and we'll cover off things here that have happened here this afternoon and get some scores from around the ground. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. 350. They lead Geelong West 3-6-24. And to say the least, that Geelong West have got a little bit of work to do in this third quarter, even just to hold the margin, to give themselves a chance late in the game. But scores from around the grounds. Arch, have you got some there?
I do. Thompson 5-6, trailing Werribee 36, a trailing Werribee 9-6-60. The kicks away that quarter. 40-55. Belmont's leading North Geelong. 26-78. East Geelong are leading Winchelsea. 25-51. Inverleigh are leading Anarchy. And Bannockburn 51 are leading Goldpost 6.
So they've been able to work them way in back out there at Bannockburn. So some interesting results there at halftime. Grubby unfortunately hasn't made it back from the halftime feed. He's up there talking to a few of the old boys up there, celebrating the 100th year of the club. So he's just arriving now with cake in hand.
And they don't have the goal kickers for the East game, but I'm tipping Zach Stitch might have a few. They've kicked 12, I tell you.
You would be hoping that he'd have his hand in there somewhere, but play just about to start here for the third quarter. Umpire with ball in hand, and we are underway. So Pullen goes at the ruck work. Again, it's picked up. Mitchell got the handball away. Put his teammates on a little bit of pressure, but it's been turned over now. Shoebridge gets the ball, goes back to the middle. Ash shrugs a tackle, runs, carries, and went into their forward line. Kick wasn't good going forward. Gets out the back, a chance, an opportunity here. Herschel Carr. That's a way to start the third quarter. Gets his second and the eighth now for Corio. That's 26 seconds. And they now move to 8-8. They lead Geelong West 3 goals, 6. P&R Foods third quarter.
Well, I thought the way the game's been going, I'd have had a chance to get one mouthful of biscuit in or cake, but obviously not. It nearly just choked me going down. That's what Corio got to do. I was just about to say to you, I just think West can get back into this and then bang, 26 seconds in. Hard task now. They've really got to kick the next couple of goals because if Corio can kick 3 or 4, I think she's over.
So Walden in there doing the ruck work. Haven't seen him play before, but he's a jumper. I'm not too sure. Where's he from? Is he a local kid for them or not, Grub?
I don't know.
Points wise. So just about to restart it again. Back in the middle. Pullen's in there. Again, this time pulling up over the top. Gets the ball down. Coming through. Didn't go anywhere at this stage, but it's been picked up again. The player out there was McMahon, able to boot the ball. Goes back towards Herschel Carr once again. Ball out the back. Can get the handball out. In the hands now of Blackney on the left boot. Puts the ball forward. Carr runs towards it, but it's got too much carry. And it goes over the boundary line for a free kick going to, it looks like Roweth out there that's going to take the kick after he gets back over the fence.
Did you run into Nappies?
Yep.
Yeah, yep, he's there. Enjoying himself.
Reggie.
Yep.
So Roweth now from the back pocket will take a little bit of ground and kicks around the boundary line. Will stay just inside. Pulling went at it, but didn't take the mark. Savenka got the handball out, and again, Corio pushed the ball back forward. Spoiled from behind by Frangos. Goes towards Carr. Got in and out of trouble. Kicks back towards goal. It will run across the face and have too much carry and run through to be thrown back into the field of play, forward pocket.
Not a bad result from there, right up hard against the point post. They get a chance to get the footy.
Yes, they do. Plenty of numbers down there. Down the umpire now throws that ball back in. Oh, I don't know whether that was manhandled there, but umpires allowed things to go on. Pullen gets the handball out, goes back towards the boundary line, and it will run over the boundary line. Umpire agrees with what we've seen, and Beattie was the player that took it over. So it will come back to her. She's about 20 metres around.
To answer your question, Smithy, David Waldron is from Old Ivanhoe Seniors in the Bapper.
Old Ivanhoe.
What grade's that in?
Go back to that.
So the ball will be about thrown back into the field of play. Still in the attacking zone for Corio. So the ball now has been, it wasn't cleared away. It's picked up by Ash. He tried to feed the ball out the back. Teammate McMahon, he tried to run out of the contest. Oh, that might have been a bit high. Umpire said,
yes, he has.
It was. And a free kick will go. And it's going to be Shoebridge will be the recipient of the kick. And well within range and can take the margin that extra goal further. Be out over 30 points shortly.
They can't afford for it to get too much further than that.
Getting closer to 40 points if I'm calculations are right. So,
It's a tough kick, though, just the same.
yeah, that left post this time, I reckon. Left post, and then let the Wees do the work. He's been pretty good with his skills so far. He probably allowed a little
Didn't
bit
come
too
back.
much. And it's been marked over the line through for a minor score. Sigh of relief for the bench here for Geelong West. They're 8-9 now. Corio. They lead Geelong West 3-6, and we have gone just on 4 minutes.
To answer your question again, yeah, they were in Division 2, old Ivanhoe. So as Frangos kicks out now quickly, Hines Collins is going to go out wider. So the player, the runner there. So we've got the ball in the half-back flank.
So what's that B grade? That's still not pretty good footy. Well, he's pretty good footy.
So suppose
Oh.
Buckwell, he's kicking the man in the mark. Collins has to mop up. Then quickly down the line. They've got even numbers ahead of the football, though, so it should be a good contest coming through. Oh, there he is, Waldron. Did very well. Handball back. He linked up with, I'm not sure who it was out there, and then that poor kick. It was turned over. Ends up with Buckwell again. They're going to go into the centre of the ground. The Greaves. Up and under kick now in the path of Butters. He brings the ball to ground. Opportunity. That should
high,
be
that one.
high. It's going to go to Brislin. Don't think the umpire might have been blindsided. So give him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, he did. I thought he played high.
No, he didn't. So ball comes back down in the middle of the ground now. Opportunity now for Pullen. Tries to send the ball inside, forward 50. Butters is there. He couldn't quite. Oh, that was well roped. Opportunity. A goal now.
Missed
It
it.
just missed to the near side. They needed that to go through. A little bit of luck. It was Billy Greaves who had the shot to the near side. So 3-6-24 to 8-9-57. We've got 5 minutes in this third quarter.
I can disagree. There's no luck in that. He should have kicked it.
So, as the ball is punched over the boundary line by Sarah Unsworth, we'll have another stoppage.
Those goals are goals that senior footballers have to kick. They've just missed too many of them today.
So, that's 70 metres out from the Geelong West goal. No ruck got to the ball, and then it was kicked forward on that occasion by Saul. Comes from the middle of the ground, coming through is Lima. Kicks out wide. Opportunity for Geelong West. They can gather the ball. Goddard can get it. He turns his man inside out, swings back on his opposite. Not his best kick. Over the top. Couldn't quite. Was Lima. Now Corio could go back the other way. They can get possession. Oh, here's that man into Savenka. Going to go forward. I've got even numbers ahead of the ball.
Players here.
Kicked in the path of Herschel Carr. Here he comes and takes the mark. They've still got men on. He hasn't had a look, Herschel Carr. He had 3 players standing alone. Now he's played on. Bit of an odd decision. Kicks to a 2-on-1, and it's gone over the top. And it's hit the post.
Yeah. Not great footy.
He had 3 streaming in. Anyway, they're going to go quickly here. Just a minor score. Here go Geelong West. They're going to go out wide. Just in front of us here now. Ball was taken by Greaves. Jaden Variety. Then an up and under kick. Ends up down the line. They're going to work something out here involved as well. Is Butters there? Can he pick up the ball? True centre wing is just going to see the ball over the boundary line. So 3-7-25 to 8-10-58. We've gone 7 minutes in this third quarter. Brought to you by P&R Foods.
There's a couple of opportunities gone missing there, I think, that last bit of play. Ball now thrown back in by the umpire. That's a good throw in. Ball back of the contest again. Ground level. Picked up there. Shoebridge shrugs the tackle. Got the handball back inside. Uses his teammate there in Evans. Handball goes wider there towards Ash. He kicks into the forward line. Carr taps the ball further afield, but Collins is there. Intercepts the ball. He got the handball out. Did he? Yes, the umpire.
Gee.
Into the hands now of Frangos. He goes across the ground. And they'll take the mark out there. Buckle. He goes along the boundary line. Mark again. They continue to run out there. Colliger goes back into their half-forward line. Kepi made his way to the front, took the mark, and will stem that attack and turn things around for Corio. So we've got the ball now in between half-back and centre wing. Goes back towards centre half-forward. A long kick in there. Lima Spoil picked up by Frangos. Handball goes out to Colliger. Kick over the top was good. Mark has been taken. So Westo maintain possession of the ball. They bring the ball back inside. Mark again in there from Greaves. So now we've got one more important kick to make, and that's the one going into their forward 50. Plays on, kicks long. Not too sure it gave Butters much of an opportunity. Went there, had a couple of goes at it, and almost took the ball, but it's cleaned up there. Corio through Hall. Got the handball outside, so West have to work and hold the ball in at least, and that's what they've been able to achieve. And we will have a ball up inside their forward 50.
I think it was 2. 2 more important kicks.
Was it?
To
Bit
get
too
that
far?
one
Yeah.
and then kick the goal, because that's what they haven't been able to do.
So the ball from that ruck contest, again, Corio, again, numbers outside to McMahon. He gets the handball and the 1-2, gets it back again. Put himself under a little bit of pressure. Did he get kicked to the ball? He obviously did. Umpires allowed it to go on. Picked up. West smothered off the boot. Goes over the boundary line. A throw-in will take place inside forward 50. So we've gone 9 minutes in this third quarter. And it is 8-10 Corio, 3-7 to Geelong West.
So umpire with ball in hand now. Back in now. Getting the ball down was Waldron. Couldn't find his rovers. Now an opportunity was that in the back. Umpire says play on. Well, now there's been a whistle. And it's going to go the way of Corio. So they're going to go out wide. Zavanka, the one-on-one, he takes the mark.
He seems to have matured a bit, Grub.
He has.
It goes out wide. Not a great kick. Bit too much on it. Now they're going to wheel and go into the middle of the ground. And they do. It was Craven who had the ball, and then he found his teammate in Greaves, and Greaves over the top, long to Buckwell. Buckwell inside the forward
Another
50
bad
and
kick.
turns it over.
That'll be giving the coaches absolute nightmares, that will.
So, not good enough from Geelong West at the moment. Deep in defence now. They're going to go back. Is it 15? It's not. So they're going to play a lot of pressure on Corio here. Deep in defence. They're going to kick a long, high ball out of their 50. Collins couldn't take the mark. Gets over the top. Handballing to himself. It looked like was keen. Couldn't quite now. Now Collins involved as well. He's going to go inside the forward 50. Another poor kick, but it might work out. The chaos ball. It doesn't for the time being because it was well picked up by Evans. And they're going to go wider. Ends up with Waldron. And then handball over the top. It might be cut off by Buckwell. Nearly was, although it was picked up on this occasion by McMahon. And now they're off to the races on the outer side.
Yeah,
So 2 bounces. We might have a third. Oh, he might take on another player. No, just chip kick over the top. 1-on-1. Herschel Carr takes it.
Gives him
He's
the
got
nudge.
a teammate. Oh, no.
He's playing it in the back.
In the back.
Well,
So-
he did give him a nudge, but they normally let that go.
Well, that hard work on the outer side wasn't to be. So now Collins has the ball. He's going to move quickly on a bad kick. He finds his teammate in Sewell. Sewell in the middle of the ground. It's good enough. The overlap handball might work out here. They're going to go inside or to the tip of 50. Butters takes the mark. So it's
So was
about
that a push?
55 out. Kicks in the path of his forwards, and it's a good one. Finds a mark. I think the difference to that one, Grub, was it might have been in the side
Well-
instead of the back.
Well, it was in the side, but he wasn't anywhere near the ball. So he still pushed him away from the ball before the ball got there. But I've always said, I know it doesn't happen anymore. As soon as you use your hands, it's a free. If you use your body like we were taught to, then it's no free. But now, you never know what's going to happen.
Michael Lima.
So Lima comes in from 35 metres out.
Missed
And
it.
he misses. As Grubby said, those are the shots you need to kick.
The Michael Lima of old done miss them.
No.
And probably the mark here he takes. He struggled a little bit. I don't know if he can train all the time, but
So
What a
38
great
26 to 8 10 58. We've gone 12 minutes in the P&R Food Circle to scoreboard.
So Buckwell takes the mark, kicking mark. He went back inside. He's turned the ball over. He's gone straight back to the Corio ruckman in green. So he's marked the ball just outside the defensive 50. He goes back towards centre wing. 2-on-1 contest out there. Ball comes to the ground. Pace at the ground level. Picked up Shoebridge. Tried to duck and get out of that.
Well, he might have got a free.
I said it's a bit high. And that was on cross. So Shoebridge wins possession of it. So he's got the ball now. And they kick quickly into the forward line. Go back looking for Carr again. He's up in front. Collins. Carr. Oh, he paid the mark. Had a fair grab on it, but it did come out pretty quickly, I would have thought. Go across the ground, and Unsworth will take the mark in the back pocket. He's got a player over the top in Roweth if he wants to use him, and does so. He now runs from defensive 50 and kicks along the boundary line. Another dangerous kick. Been made good there.
Good
mark
one, mate.
been taken by Greaves. Greaves goes further afield.
That's
In the
better.
hands of Jans. Jans now goes back inside, and they run the ball through the middle of the ground. Again, they turn the ball over. Green comes through, gets the handball back inside. They're going to look to get the ball outside, and they're going to be able to do that now. Unsworth leads in the race for the ball. Just needs to take clean possession of it now. Plenty of time to steady himself, and goes back inside defensive 50 to Buckwell. Buckwell across the ground. So now in the hands of Collins. That's better use of the ball because they've got Frangos now on the far side. Can they continue down? They have a short option. Lima, well, he nearly dropped the ball then, but it goes back to Collins to continue to run. Takes a bounce, looks up, handballs over the top. That's better movement. Goes now a long kick into their forward line. Who's there to mark the ball? 2 players fly, or 3 or 4 players up there, but it's going to be turned over. And Nicole West clears the ball away into some space, and there they work through Evans. Evans goes wider, and that's a good kick, and marked just inside the field of play by Roberts. So another chip up over the top, made Shoebury's work, but coming the other way was Craven. Took the ball nicely, kicks the ball back into their forward line player in space.
That's
better use of the ball.
That's what they need to do.
Yep, and Keane takes the mark. Joey Dodgevic, side of the ground here. Love him from this pocket.
Oh, Joey! You'd be old enough to remember him too.
Oh,
none of us would be.
Oh, yeah, no. So, I was going to say, Dodgevic there.
Darky Harris, David Manson.
Yes. Stephen Parsons.
Faisal Murphy. Oh, no.
So Sterling Keane comes in now, kicks that goal. We didn't start it where he wanted to, but it's going to land somewhere in the goal square. Good spoil there. Takes the ball out 20 metres. West with an opportunity.
Oh.
Tackle was laid, but a free kick has been given. And I'm not too sure who's got that free kick. Maybe Brislin, is it? We'll wait till he gets up and turns around, but he is within range. Yes, it is. So 25 metres out, directly in front.
He might have been a Belpost Hill or Bell Park Junior, I think, Brislin.
Yep, couldn't tell you that either. So from, as I said, directly in front of goal, and really a much needed goal. We don't have to tell anybody of that.
Has to
Steps in.
Oh,
Never looked like it. He actually might scrape in for a point and did so only just. So that is now 3-9 to Geelong West, 8-10 Corio, and we have ticked over 15 and a half minutes. PNR Foods third quarter.
Grubby, you're right. He's a Belpost Hill Junior.
Well, there you go. I've got one right in all my born days. There you go.
It comes out wide and finds Jelenic for Corio. He looks further afield to his options. He's going to go to centre wing. And there's a bit of a holding going on. Umpire says play on. West win the ball out. Kick in the middle of the ground with a late contact. Umpire says no.
Oh, no, you go for the footy. There's nothing more of that.
So this is where there's got players open everywhere. He finally sees the pen. He was calling it for a while. I'm pretty sure it's Goddard. And he says, don't worry, boys. I've got this in me.
I reckon he might be half a kick short.
Oh. So 3-9-27 to 8-10-58. Corio now leading this one. This third quarter in the Shaka match. So it's going to have to kick from 50. Goddard goes back. Gives it a good roost. You might be right, though, Smith. He ends to the tip of the goal line, and they're more than happy to rush it over. Matoli West it was who saw that one over the goal line.
What do you mean you might be right, Smithy? He's never wrong, Smithy.
Thanks, Rob.
So
I'll remind you that sometimes.
Take the mark.
What was it last week, Reb? 6 goals, 20. They're 3 goals, 10 today.
I know. It's like 9 goals, 30. You just can't win enough games of footy at 9:30.
So Gibson inside and then finds Hall. Hall has the ball. He's got a couple of players leading at him. One of them's Evans. He's also got McMahon out this side of the ground. He's going to go more central and does go.
After all that, there's a bloke on his own in the middle.
So Evans let up 3 or 4 times there and no one manned him up. So Manning Stratton has the ball now, the far side of the ground. You centre wing. Now over the top. It's a little bit too easy at the moment. Hall takes the mark. That should be 50 metres. And it is.
So I think someone's yelled out play on there. Probably one of the Corio bloods. If it has, it's a magnificent trick.
So,
but it looked like for all money it was a mark to me, and then he tackled him to the ground. That's a good 40,
doesn't
35.
seem like a great 50. So Jack, all it is from about 60 out. He's getting over the top, and no, it's punched through over the goal line by a roller. So just a minor score. 3-10-28 now to 8-11-59. Got 18 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by PNR Foods. And Grubble, I've got a question for you as well. Do you think we've adopted the last touch rule? Should we also adopt the deliberate rush behind?
Oh, well, they just about have, haven't they? They don't pay it.
Yeah, they don't pay it. That's what I'm saying. Should we pay it?
No. The defender, they're taking everything, chop the arms, give the defenders up a chance.
Collins brings the ball back in, goes outside looking for Croft, and he doesn't. Well, as soon as he didn't let him down, he dropped the mark, but he got the handball away. Teammate was aware of the traffic coming from behind, got the handball away, and Rowers continues to run, kicks the ball in, but that was poor. And again, they've turned the ball over because Short's got the ball now, and he's in their defensive end, but he goes sideways. They maintain possession, and that will hold them up all right. Out there on the far side of the ground. So Corio have got numbers back in the middle of the ground if they want to come this way. Option is now to go longer, and that's what they're doing. They've gone extremely long, so it will go to Unsworth, and he'll take an uncontested mark in defence for Geelong West. And where does he go to now? He's got options right across the ground, and he can go short. Has Collins. Collins now looked this way, but decided to go back outside. Kick was also good. Mark was taken out there. They continue to run that boundary line. Croft in space, but again, the kicks missed the target. Matoli West got the handball back over towards Stratton. Wasn't taken, picked up there by Mitchell. Got to his feet. Handball's back inside. They run now through the Sewell. He's good chase down there by the ruck with Green. Ball goes in. Jelinek, he doesn't take the mark. Recovers nicely. Got the handball away. Went to his teammate, but unfortunately the ball had gone out of bounds and we have a throw in.
But it was a magnificent chase. He just probably put enough pressure on him to make the kick not as good as it should have been. Well done, big fella. That's what you really want to see from a Corio point of view.
So again, ruck contest. Butters comes out the back towards Ash. Got the handball back inside. Made his teammate work for it, but will he get possession of it? He's going to win a possession for it because the player from West has dropped the ball.
No
Chip over the top. Goes towards Savanka. Looked at his options inside. So Savanka's now got some runners outside. They run the ball now and they kick the ball towards the half-forward line.
Touch it.
Yep, and that's all he had to do. And that was nicely done there by Burns. Ball goes over the boundary line.
It wasn't a great kick, really. It was just a nobody, wasn't it?
Bit of a floater up there.
Yeah, and with this new rule, if they don't touch it, you turn it over.
I mean, Bingham coming out of defence there to kick that ball, but not 100% sure.
Well, he won't tell you because he won't own up to it. No. I can tell you.
30 points. Is it enough with the breeze the way it is? We'll soon find out because Croft now takes the ball out of that ruck contest, got the handball further afield. Lima runs onto it. He's tackled and over the boundary line.
It's pretty close to the track, Rob.
Well, yeah, I don't think this wind has played any part in the game, and I don't think it will.
Yeah.
It's just whoever plays the last bit of this game, quarter and 10 minutes of this game, the best.
Who's got the run in their legs?
Yeah.
Croft going up against Green there. Again, Croft front position, trying to get the handball out the front of the contest to Jans, but ends up in the hands of Hall. His little barrel pass goes towards Manning Stratton, but it's picked up out there by Corio in Burns. Has time to steady, go back towards Burns. Carr. Ball gets through the contest. He went back and won it. Kicks over his shoulder.
You are dead set kidding me. You are dead set kidding me.
Oh, I don't know whether the West boys thought that was a behind, but the umpire has given it a goal, and it will stand. Herschel Carr, his third, and the ninth now for Corio. They're 9-11. Geelong West are 3 goals 10, and we have gone 22 minutes. Pinar Foods, third quarter.
That's just the whole scenario was just incredible. They kicked it to 1-on-3. So I thought to myself, Carr has to mark it or they're gone. He didn't mark it, but the 3 defenders went towards the goals, and the ball came back the other way back to Carr, and then he kicked it straight over his head for what I have to say is the main nomination now for the Kempy Engineering Read the Play goal of the day. That was incredible. But that's for him. He does our training.
Yep.
Does it easy.
So back in the middle now. Ball was a clearance. He's won on this occasion by Geelong West. It was Jans. He got the ball forward, and then a good mark taken by Gibson. And we haven't had a contender for the mark of the day.
No, we haven't. We haven't.
So Chip
But
kicked
a few
over
good
the
drop
top.
ones.
That wasn't a great kick in that end, but might work out for Corio. It's going to be a foot race towards the ball. Ball was there. He couldn't quite cover the ball. And then Frangos coming through. Handball over the top now. It's going to end up with Buckwell. And then he's going to handball to Collins. Collins to Butters. Butters couldn't quite cover the ball. And then he does. And then turns it over. So not good enough on that occasion from Butters. Goes back to Savanka. He's going to go forward. Back with the flight shoe bridge. Good contest there. Even numbers here. 2v2. Was that too high? The umpire was blindsided. So it's just going to be a ball up. 55 metres out from the Corio goal. So pulling, and it's going to be Waldron to go at it. Waldron lost his feet, then coming through. Oh, how good of a game of Shoebridge has played. He's going back to Savanka. Up and under kick. Opportunity for Carr. Carr didn't fly, and no one from Corio flew. Maybe a bit of a miscommunication there. It was an easy mark for Collins in the end. He's going to chip kick over the top. And he finds Carey. So a long way from where he usually is. Justin Carey lending a hand back there for the time being. He's going to kick to Buckwell. He's had a pretty good quarter, I think. Buckwell back to Collins. Not a lot of movement here. They've got Rollworth out wide. It's a bit of a nothing kick. Manko, we heard a few footsteps there as the ball gets over the top. Shoebridge couldn't quite. Now they've got an opportunity through Mitchell. Mitchell kicked down the line. Butters couldn't quite get to a good spot. He ends up with the ball somehow. Butters handball inside. Linked up with Jans. Then inside forward 50 from Greaves. Billy Greaves is sitting back in the hole at a great mark. Taken by Natoli West. A good defensive mark. He's going to take the dangerous kick, and it didn't end up working. Oh, the umpire said he held on to it. Maybe chopping the arms. So Gibson it is. He's taking the mark.
I didn't see that one, boys.
And he's going to go to Waldron. So Waldron on the half-back flank for Corio. They're happy to chip the ball around now. The umpire says not 15, play on. Now they're under pressure. Gibson over the top to Ash. Ash to Savenka on the boundary line. Back to Gibson. They're going to work something out here now. A rush kick forward. Here's an opportunity for our man Shoebridge. If he can gather the ball. He nearly gave away a free kick. But then out the back, Fielden. Oh, just to the near side. Clearden. Clyde. Close enough. 3:10:28 to 9:11:65. 25 minutes gone in this third quarter. Brought to you by P&R Foods.
He's been okay, Clyde, but his kicking's let him down a little bit.
Yep.
You know, there was that one that come across the
He
goal.
kicks that one, and it's too far for West.
Yeah.
Had it gone through.
Yeah.
They're just leaving him with enough in that last quarter.
Well, that was his chance to redeem himself then.
They've got to play one good one, but they haven't been able to do it so far. Ball comes in quickly, ends up in the hand there of Goddard, goes around the boundary line, missed by Colliger. I'm going to say Nappy's then, but it's picked up and goes Corio. They go back inside. Shoebridge, little short kick, doesn't take it cleanly, went back and collected it. Off to McMahon, looks up, looks at goal, not giving that any chance whatsoever.
Right.
And through for his first score of the afternoon, a minor. So 9-13 to Corio, 3-10. So we've got 12-23 for the day. Letting themselves down both sides here with their kicking at goal. And 26 minutes gone. So it wouldn't be too much left in this quarter. A couple of goals to Corio, a few points. But Frangos now takes the ball. He's got a runner outside. Didn't use him in the end, but chipped the ball up over the top. Mark will be taken by his teammate out there in Carey. Got the handball back to Frangos. Went back in the middle of the ground. Put his team under a little bit of pressure now, but they've got some numbers around. Frangos worked his way up the ground and did that nicely and goes out wide. Cerisi Umbridge takes the mark at centre wing. So he's now got some options. Butters was the first one. He held him first off, then went back to him. He's taken the mark just inside the field of play and maybe just attacking side of centre wing now. So he now goes along the boundary line to Croft, along the boundary line, jumped early but didn't take the mark. Ball comes to ground, coming through. I reckon that was Bergen. He didn't take clean possession either. Now it's in congestion. The umpire will call for it back, and a ball up will take place.
Geelong 65, Belmont 67, Werribee 74, Thompson 38. Can't see that though without these glasses.
So it's thrown back up again by the umpire. The ruckman went out it then. So there's been a free kick given against, I reckon, Butters for not going at the ball and allowing the Corio bloke an attempt to be able to jump at it. And
Winch 34, East 78. Anarchy 32, Inverleigh 86. Bannockburn 64, Bellpost 39.
So the ball now back in over the top, and Frangos led in the race for the ball, went back and collected it, stepped around one. Oh, he's in trouble. Try to get through the contest, and free kick will go to McMahon. He has also been pretty good today, I would thought.
Yes.
So McMahon now doesn't waste any time. Goes forward. Unsworth going back with the mark, doesn't take it. Ball hits the ground as siren sounds to end the third quarter here. And we'll see Corio going at 9-13-67. They lead Geelong West on 3-10-28. Goal kickers for the home side, Goddard, Carey and Keane. And for the Corio side, Herschel Carr has 3, Waldron 2, 1 each to Blackney, Shoebridge, Clyden and Evans. Take a short break. We'll be back with you shortly. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Yes, and welcome back. Final quarter is not too far away. As we said, a comfortable lead here at the present time. Corio 67 leading the Giants 28. And just an apology to Billy Unsworth. It's actually Billy Higgins. I've been calling him wrong all day. Rugby told me I'd never make mistakes, and I'm starting to believe him now. So,
Yeah, well, you don't, but when you do, it's a big one. But,
yeah,
but before I say anything about this game, I've got a couple of updates about one of the big games going on around it. There's a bit of a shootout out at North Geelong and Belmont, but they've got limited rotations on the bench. They've had a few blokes go off and aren't coming back north. But Boston Riccardi kicked a goal that brought it back to North Geelong to 65-67. And then the big fella, Ben Evans, he's kicked one from the forward pocket. So at the moment, it's 10-5-65, Belmont 11-7-73. And Cooper Vaughan's kicked 3 for them. So thank you very much for Alex Tagani. Thank you very much for those little updates.
so we'll try and get some other scores around the grounds, mate. If you've got something.
Well, I just gave them to you before I'm sorry.
Oh, did you?
37-85, East Geelong beating Winchelsea, 32-98, Inverleigh beating Anarchy, 77-40, Bannockburn beating Belpost Hill, and 76-38, Thompson are losing to Werribee.
They're the same scores I gave 5 minutes ago.
Thanks,
Steve.
mate. I must have missed. I must have been asleep. So the ball now back in the middle of the ground. Pullen gets the ruck work and goes over the top. They need to do something. They need to do it quickly. Ball pushed forward. And they need to keep it rolling, but it's going to be picked up out there by Greaves. Got the handball out the back, went back to Pullen, running player coming through. They've been able to work it inside 50 now from that position. They kick back towards the goal square. It will run and will head towards the boundary line. Do they keep it in? Yes, they do. And that was some nice work there by Taylor. His short kick was dangerous, but it's been made good, and that was Bingham who comes up and takes the mark.
A bright start by West. They just still have that problem about getting it in there and not getting a result.
And as I said, I know we've spoken about it before. Mark is going to be taken out there. Is it time to put Mitchell forward and have a target? Ball goes forward. The mark has been taken there by Manning Stratton. He's looking to go back into the middle of the ground. That will be okay. Has a teammate there. So they continue to work the ball through Taylor. He's going to go across the ground. Kefai's there, but his teammate is also there. I reckon that's Bergen. That's not this time. It is Evans that's taken the mark.
Oh,
Yep, no, definitely not that time. Ball goes out. Oh, that's got to be a free kick. And the hit will go out there to Ash. Attacking side of centre wing. So Corio with another opportunity here now to push their ball forward. He takes off now on that left boot. Goes long into their forward line. Ball from Collins. Ball to the front. Blackney had it off the contest. Picked up by Lima. Kicks back outside 50. Ball's going to be turned back again by Evans, who goes back into their forward line. And nice work there from Craven. He comes across the ground. Dangerous. Savenka got there. Umpire said there's an infringement. It's going to be a free kick. And Charisi Unsworth doesn't waste any time, but unfortunately his kick is intercepted again. And Taylor sweeps across and takes the mark. So Corio back in towards attack. Pulling this across the front of the pack. Didn't take the mark. Had support in Collins. He goes back towards the boundary line. Handball. And this is going to be a free kick going Corio's way. So Savenka it is. He's going to work around now, plays on now and kicks into their forward line. Mark not taken, gets through the contest. Picked up out there, plenty of time. And it was turned over though. Buck will come back the other way, kicks out towards centre wing. Mark doesn't not taken. Patoli West leads in the race for the ball. Ball goes over the boundary line and a throw-in will take place. Right on centre wing, we've just gone 2.5 minutes in this final quarter. Morris Finance scoreboard sees Corio at 3:10, Corio 9:13.
Goal from Murdoch, Belmont Lions 11-8, North Geelong 11-5. Questionable free kick from Alex Tagani. What would he know?
So the umpire's picked out a free kick here. Which way is it? I know he just said it.
No, he hasn't.
He said that we'll have another go at that throw in. So calling again now. Gets over the top. That was well read on that occasion now. Kick forward by Evans into the path. It was well read by Geelong West. Roman Buckfell and then over the top. Mitchell takes the mark. This is better play from Geelong West. Can they find it? It's an up and under kick. But there's absolutely no chance. Glenning coming through. Good hands now. Still an opportunity for Buckwell. He can gather the ball. He couldn't quite. Manning Stratton gets the handball over the top. Now McMahon's up for the races, but he couldn't gather the ball. A lot of skill errors early in this fourth quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance. And the umpires Kicks out a whistle. It's going to go. It's going to be 50 metres.
What's happened here?
I'm not sure. There's a free kick to Geelong
It's
West.
not going to be 50 metres.
He didn't give it to the right player. So you wanted 50. They're going to go inside, forward 50 now. Here's an opportunity right to the goal line.
Well,
Go
through.
Well, that could spark something for Geelong West in this last quarter. 4:10:34 now to 9:13:67. Cuts the margin down. And they definitely needed that goal.
Kick 4 of the game, and they need another 6.
That was Michael Lima who kicked that.
On the what scoreboard? And what's the score?
Morris Finance. I did say the score, but it's a Morris Finance fourth quarter scoreboard.
No, you didn't. But anyway, I don't even think he gave the score that time, did he? He forgot. But I tell you what, the way the ball's been kicked that end, I think they made a pretty big mistake, Crow. You must have someone on the goal line. And I don't know what the free kick was for. Did anyone see what the free kick was for?
No. Back in the middle now. Rush going to go at it. Pulling and Green over the top. It was nearly there with Shoebridge. You can get the ball out now. It's going to be won by Geelong West. Bit of momentum going their way. They're going inside, forward 50 again. It's not going to be last touch because the ball landed inside. Or it's going to go over the boundary line in the 50. So we'll have another stoppage. 45 metres out from Geelong West goal. Then kick the next one.
Well, 2 quick ones puts them back in it.
It's only a 27-point margin then. Who's it going to be? These goals for Geelong West. So, Andrew umpire has ball in hand now. Ball in. Corio had front spot on that occasion. Now, that could be holding the ball. Did he have prior?
No, he didn't.
Said no. Kick down the line now. Opportunity. Couldn't quite. Was Green. Now, ball in congestion. In and under the way was Gibson over the top. Burns is there, even gave the ball. He couldn't quite, though. Now spinning inside out. That was well done by Gibson. He finds Waldron going inside the forward 50. It's a good mark, right?
It's Moke
On
running
the
back
50.
by himself.
Roberts is there. He goes over the top, back to Waldron. He couldn't, could he? No. Ball hits the deck. Still an opportunity. Manning Stratton there. Now Waldron, he got smothered by his own player. They might want to send the ball over the top. I think Lehman's trying to go to the boundary. Waldron again. He's been involved. He started it all. Could he finish it? He couldn't quite as he gets tackled right on the goal line. So 4:10:34 to 9:13:67. We've gone 6.5 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Bucks Entertainment.
He was just a bit slow seeing that bloke run back. He would have been on his own. I think he went the wrong bloke or saw him too late.
So ball has been taken out of that ruck contest, kicked that goal, but it must have hit the post. It did. And another behind to Corio. So 9-14 now. They lead Geelong West on 4-10. We've gone almost 7 minutes, final quarter. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard. And Frangos, if he's got any sense here, he needs some options straight down the middle of the ground, or he's going to bring an attacking side at least, so that's okay. Cerisi Unsworth hasn't been too bad a player for Geelong West out there today. He's in the back pocket. Going to go back to the goal square or beyond. Jackson Collins by himself needs to use the ball well, and as a player out wide, Buckle, he takes it, chips up over the top. So that's better movement. They've got a player out in Croft if he can see him. He's in space by himself, but he hasn't seen him, so he's going to go long towards centre half forward. Butters needs to get there. Jelinek comes up, couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Again, Corio, they go back and win possession of it. They work out of there now. Jelinek goes out towards centre wing, and that was be a good kick. Mark is taken. Corio now chipped the ball into their half forward line. Collins just stands his ground. Had a fair bit of it, but couldn't finish it off. Picked up out there, and it's kicked forward by Roberts. That's a great kick. Is it going to be marked? Yes, it was. It's Michael Lima that takes the mark, plays on, goes to Cerisi Unsworth. Needs to pick the ball up cleanly. Can do so. I thought he kept that alive there. He thought he would just held it nicely, but unfortunately, umpire has indicated that it has gone out of bounds, and we're going to have a throw-in which will take place inside forward 50 for Corio. So still some work to be done from both sides, but that's a nice clean pickup, and the ball goes outside. Went looking for McMahon. Hasn't picked the ball up yet. Now he does so. The ball comes out in the tackle. Umpire's allowed things to go. Mitchell tries to force his way past, but is taken over the boundary line, and another throw-in will take place. Similar position to the last. A ball now with the umpire and the thrown back Green front position, taps it down, is picked up out there. And that was Sewell, got the handball over the top. We're looking for Lima. It was intercepted by Corio. Manning Stratton now runs towards goal, kicks from about 45. Carr comes across and he has taken the mark. So Herschel Carr, wasting no time, goes back. He bananas it.
Thank you very
he
much.
has got his 4th goal of the afternoon, the 10th now for Corio. They are 10-14. They lead Geelong West on 4-10. And we have gone 9 minutes. Morris Finance, final quarter.
You're pretty spot on there, Darwin. You reckon Carr had to kick 4 or 5 for him to be a chance, and that's exactly what he's done. I wouldn't say he's the difference because I think Corio have been the better side on the day, but gee, it's handy to have a bloke up there who might not play the best game he's ever played and still finish with 4, possibly 5 or 6 till the time runs out. But gee, 6 goals, 4 at the 9-minute mark, that's almost put the nail in the coffin.
I'd say it's gone now.
So ball back in the middle now. It might be a bridge too far for Geelong West. Now it's a good tackle laid by McMahon. So we'll have another stoppage in the middle of the ground. All up again now. Over the top. It was Green. Couldn't get the ball down to his rover. Now coming through. Trying to get the ball out. Heavily contested. I reckon it was Gibson. It's the ball out now. Forward for Geelong West. Opportunity. Jumping over the top. Goddard couldn't quite wait him down though. That was very well done on that occasion by Natoli West. He finds his teammate and Taylor out wide. They got some space. He tries. It wasn't his best kick and it was cut off by Buckwell. He's going to go over the top. Not a great kick again. Just a lot of skill errors here from both teams, must be said. Now, Mitchell got the hands back and then a handball. It's going to end up over the boundary line. Couldn't find Carey, so we're going to have a stoppage. Well, was it in the 50? Or?
Well, the umpire's saying it's outside the 50.
It's
so it's
right
nice
on
touch.
the arc, isn't it? Oh, I guess it is. It's going to Corio.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's right on it.
They're just going to go down the line towards centre wing. The wind affected that kick as the ball comes through. Taylor couldn't quite. Now back inside forward 50 for Geelong West. Drops the easiest the marks. Butters tries to get it on. Now they've got to kick this goal, surely. And they have. They get one back here, Geelong West. It was good. It was a rush kick coming in and it was ended up being finished off by Billy Gree. So 4-10, 5-10-40 now to 10-14. 74. We have gone 11 and a half minutes this 4th quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
I was just about to put the glasses down too. Another easy mark drop. Well, that's going to cost them, but good play by Billy. And he's got around and kicked the goal that they needed. Well, Smithy, you've said it's over. 2 quick ones and it's not. But geez, they've had to work hard for that one.
If they were in a groove at Grub, you'd say they're a chance,
Yes.
but they haven't found that groove.
No,
They haven't been able to find it.
No, I know what you're talking about. When you kick one like that with all the momentum, but there hasn't been any momentum.
No.
But now's the time to try and gain some momentum.
And if they can get another one within the next minute, then they give themselves a bit of a chance. But the ball, they're going to get a clearance anyway, so the ball goes quickly back into their half-forward line. Over the top of Croft, goes back. Natoli West is going to see the ball back towards the boundary line. Are they able to keep it in? No, they haven't, because it's gone over the boundary line. Boundary umpire, a good position there and sees that. So ball in will take place. Forward pocket, still 20 metres around from the behind post.
Corey Elmer's gone to hospital with a finger injury in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Well, that's a bit of a shame because, as I said, with him back in their side, that would have improved them immensely.
Oh,
but
yeah.
now that could be a couple of 5 or 6 weeks maybe. You just don't know how bad. Free kick, no. Good strong tackle, and it's going to be a ball up this time instead of a throw-in. Still 25 to 30 metres out from goal. Green down there. Croft doing the work for Geelong West. Green over the top, gets it down. Oh, that was pretty obvious there from the umpire. I think it's right in front of me, and Shoebridge will win another possession. So Shoebridge now goes across the goals. It will be okay. Mark is taken. They now move the ball from one side to the other. Kick again was good because they've got options out the far side again. This time Jelinek, he takes the mark. He's maybe just on forward 50 or defensive 50. He's going to go straight down the boundary now. Go looking for the tall timber. Mark is not taken out there. And a tackle laid straight away. So a ball that will take place.
I just had a text from my boss, Dan Lennon, saying nick off Grubby. But I tell you what, I reckon it's from Archie and Amelia, the two kids say, "Nick off Archie and Amelia."
So Michael Lima tried to force his way through, didn't get there, but it's been picked up. West go back into attack once again. Mark needs to be taken, not taken. Handball goes out the back. They nearly missed the target there, Corio, but they've been able to clean up through Natoli West. And he delivers the ball outside, and that's good use. The mark has been taken out there, and they can slow things down. I think it's Bergen there on the far side.
I reckon he's been really good, Natoli
Yes.
West, because the times that he come out, he hits targets, which a lot of players aren't doing
That's
today.
it. So now it's his big fella in
he's
Bergen.
gone.
Yes,
The
put himself
ball.
under pressure there, and a free kick is going to go to Billy Greaves. Kicked the last goal. He's got another opportunity here. Will close the margin to 24 points if he kicks accurately, but needs to do that. Sorry, 28 points, I should have said. He comes in now, kicks that goal. He's given it every opportunity, I tell you, and he has just snuck it over the line. So he has got his second for the quarter, and a 6 goal now for Geelong West. They are 6 goals, 10-14 Corio, and 14 and a half minutes gone, final quarter.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Is that momentum starting?
It is. They've been able to control it, Grub, which they won't be able to do early in the quarter.
And if they kick a few more goals and win it, will it make you look like the biggest wombat at Geelong West today?
Just again. Never go the early cray, they say.
Yes. Yeah, but you've done it before.
Yes.
So back in the middle now. Green to win the ball over the top. He does, but the clearance is going to be right on the blind turn from Ray Mitchell. We've seen that before today. Out wide now. It's going to be a foot race. Collider might win it. It's a one-on-one out wide. Couldn't quite. He was there with Beatty, and it's going to be a nil-all draw. So I have a stoppage. True centre wing, far side of the ground. So West need to kick another one. And a couple in a row here. As they go back, good hands over the top. It was from Corio. They're going to get the ball out and then go forward in the path of Burns. That was a good pickup coming the other way from the West defender. Chip over the top and finds Collins. So one of the best on ground since Kilda time. Handball back to go forward, then up the middle of the ground.
That was Higgins that kicked that, mate, too.
Yeah.
My mate Higgins.
So
He'd be wrapped wherever he is. Oh, no. No.
And that's turned over. So Manning Stratton has the ball now. As they had a good build-up, wasn't a good kick. Now Burns, he had to go back with a flight. The ball gets punched over the boundary line like a stoppage.
Who punched it?
Collins.
Collins again.
Yeah, it's Collins. So ball in now. I'll wait for the ruckman to get front position. They do now. Was a very errant throw-in. They didn't recall it, though. They kept going. Good handballs coming through. Green involved twice in that passage of play. Over the top now. Sekai, and then over the good kick. Oh, just out of the reach of his teammate, Blackney. He couldn't quite. Frangos is there. They're going to get the ball moving this direction. They do. College is there. Bouncing ball over the top. Croft as well. He gets the handball over the top. Then Mitchell inside the forward 50 opportunity. It was dropped. Now Geelong West have to take this. And look at the dash by Jelenic. He goes over the top, trying to find his teammate Manning Stratton. Couldn't quite now. They've got a free man on the outside of the ground. I think it's Burns. He looks up. He does have another player at Shoebridge.
Oh, it's probably 50.
Is it 50? The umpire says, how late was it? No,
it was
not.
late. It was late enough for mine.
I think it was, Grubby.
Oh, he's lucky. Very lucky.
Now Shoebridge, even if he doesn't think he's got the distance in him, he should take this 30 seconds off the clock and start. And then they'll start having two enemies, the clock and the scoreboard.
Stapleton kicked the goal for Belmont, put him 10 points in front. But only very, very early in the last
quarter. To Herschel Carr. How many has he kicked today, Smithy?
4.
He's kicked
4 goals, 3.
This will be for his 5th. And he's played a very good game, don't get me wrong, but
This is a tough kick from out there.
Well,
he's had the celebrations
they
to go
might
with it
seem
as well.
to suit him more, the tough ones, don't they?
Yep.
I don't think there is a chance he's passing this. He's got a lot of self-confidence. Herschel Carr goes back, leans on it. It's going to be to a good spot, though. No one went for the ball. Svanka was there. He didn't quite get it now. Cersei Unsworth, he was there. Good handball from McMahon, trying to find some anchor on the boundary. The ball gets away from him, so he'll have a ball in 35 metres out from the Corio goal.
That's about the first one I've seen today that the wind has actually held up and pushed back. The rest of them seem to have got the distance, so maybe it's got a bit stronger in this last 10 minutes.
I could only hope Geelong West. So the ball is back in now. It was nearly gathered straight out of the ruck on that occasion. Manning Stratton snap back towards goal. Coming through Herschel Carr. He might gather the ball here. He gets it once, twice, and he's going to get the free kick for holding. Put the glasses down and put it in the book, Smithy.
Oh! Belmont by 16 points for the Michael Murdoch goal at the 7-minute mark of the last quarter.
Herschel Carr shouldn't have any dramas with this one. 15 metres out, pretty much.
Kick it to Lenny. Saying kick it to Lenny.
Yeah, hey, look at Lenny. Hey, Lenny, Henry up the back.
Goal, give him the win in the annual Shaka match. Nail in the coffin. He kicks it, Herschel Carr.
Mark it, Lenny.
6:10:46 to 11:14:80. We have gone 20 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
I reckon you might just have got out of trouble, Smithy. Because that was the goal that went against the momentum. But the fact that they just keep working really, really hard. Let's face it, we're not going to go on a tangent and say their skills have been magnificent, but they've just worked so hard today. And that's what got them that goal. They just kept working and working and working. But, you know, I don't know where West go from here. I just don't.
As I said, they haven't played well at all today, though, Grub. That's the thing.
No.
If they're going to take benefit out of it, they can say
They can play better.
Well, yeah. Look, I just reckon, as I said, I haven't seen them all year, but they can definitely play better. I haven't seen them get into a groove at all. So looks like Corio from the middle of the ground once again. The ball's in there. Mitchell, he get the ball out. There's a free kick for a high tackle. It looks like, and Braden Mitchell would be the recipient of that free kick. Now, Mitchell's not going to waste any time here. He's just going to go long and straight down the middle of the ground. Butters has got to take the mark. He's up. Doesn't take the mark this time. Ball comes to the ground. Picked up. Handball goes over the top. Went out the back. I reckon that was Kepi. There's Durlanic again. Some dash from defence. Again. Just takes him on. He was going that quick. He fell over. Handball's out towards Cerisi Unsworth. He puts the ball back into their half-forward line. Kepi leads in the race for the ball. He's got support out there so they can raffle it if they want to. They're going to come across the ground by Bergen, and the mark is going to be taken out there by Natali West. Will they come across the goal to Bingham? I'm not too sure. They've got options.
No, go back the other side, son.
That's the safer side. That's the better option. And he goes out looking for a teammate. And the mark will be taken out there by Croft. Push, says the umpire. Thought he used his body nicely there. But the free kick will go to Corio and McMahon, and he goes short. That was a dangerous kick, but it's going to work. Handball back inside, and they run through Evans. He's been a good inclusion into their side. Shoebridge also goes forward, up in front.
Down the ground. Down the ground.
So a free kick being transferred down the ground. It must have been knocked over after
yes, he was.
Goes back towards Carr. He doesn't take the mark at ground level. Ash swoops on it, try to get the handball outside. Well, that might be a sling tackle, I would have thought, but he's been allowed to get away with that one. Ball now picked up, and Cerisi Unsworth kicks the ball forward. Mitchell runs onto it, keeps going. Good chase from behind by Kepi. Ball goes to the pocket, and Butters will mark just inside the field of play. And I reckon that's hurt Braden Mitchell out there. Holding his groin a bit there. So Butters has not troubled the scoreboard this afternoon. Has got an opportunity here for Geelong West. From the pocket, if you want to kick a goal, that would be the side I would think from today. Kicks that goal, but has left it a little short and through for a minor score. So 6-11 now to Geelong West. 11-14 Corio. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard. We have gone 22 and a half minutes.
The big fella, Jed Evans, has kicked the goal to put Belmont 22 points up at the 10-minute mark of the last quarter.
Yes,
momentum. Kick one more. So ball out of fullback for Corio. That was Hall, and he finds his teammate. Evans out there. He's going to go back. More dangerous kick, but it was a good one to Miss Holy West. A pretty good game now. With more dangerous kick. Jelenic was up to the task, though. And then over the top, and they've turned it over. Is it out of bounds?
Oh, I reckon I thought it was.
Changed his mind, maybe.
I thought that was out of bounds.
I think it is. Oh, no. He's called the throw-in now. So,
huh?
It was on the full, though. I think the umpire may have changed his mind. So anyway, ball back in now, 30 metres out from the Geelong West goal. Butters in the ruck for Geelong West for the time being. Ball gets over the top, really quick handle on occasion. Might have even been a throw. Now handball back. They might turn the ball over. Left foot snap. Could be a goal. It is. The special goal from Jans. Cuts that margin back again. 7-11-53 now to 11-14-80. And we have gone 24 minutes in this last quarter brought to you by Morris Finance.
Some pretty good scores about Thompson hanging in there. 7-10-52 to Werribee Central's 11-10-76. We've given the North Geelong score. Winch 43, East 101, Anarchy 46, Inverleigh 120, Bannockburn 84, Bellpost Hill 41.
So while there's time, there's life, but that's going to run out pretty quickly, I would think. 24 minutes, maybe another.
Goals.
Yeah, they a goal a minute for the next little bit of play. Ball from the middle of the ground. They might get an opportunity here. That was a high tackle, and it's going to go to Mitchell. Doesn't waste any time now. Plays on, goes long. Mark required down there. Putters this time. It sticks, and he takes the mark, and he is wary of what's going on here. Back very quickly. Just got to finish his work here.
It's gone back a long way.
So Nick Butters, he's going to kick only from about 20 metres out and pretty close to sit straight in front here. Needs to get this goal. Kicks at the ball. That's straight over the umpire's head. He likes it. That will help their cause. They move now to 8-11. Too far back maybe. And Corio on 11 goals, 14. So a 21-point margin, 25-minute mark of this Morris Finance final quarter.
Tell you what, you said before, Smitty, that they haven't played their best footy. They haven't played that well. And you were right. But I'll tell you what, they haven't given in. They're going to fight it right out to the final siren. And with a little bit of luck and 2 quick goals in the next 3 minutes, the game could be back on again. You wouldn't think so, but you just never know in this game.
You just never know. That's exactly right.
You just don't know.
What was Lee Matthews' theory? Have you got as many minutes as goals?
Yes.
Still in the game?
And if it bleeds, it can be killed.
That's what I remember. That's what I remember. And if you got Neville Bruns in your sights, whack him. I remember seeing that.
So
I was sitting in the stands that day.
Oh, unbelievable that.
ball up now. Oh, they're going to win this clearance. It looks like Geelong West. Oh, no, it bounces unfavourably for them. Now it's going to be forward on this occasion. Going back
he's
with
on
the
his own.
flight, taking the mark. So they've obviously put a lot of players behind the ball now. Kellens took the mark. He goes out wide to Ceres Unsworth. So they've got a few spare in defence. Corio trying to protect this lead. They go forward again. Ends up with Beattie. He's going to arc his back. Go long down the line. Where's Butters? Can he take the mark? Oh, 1-2 bites of the cherry. Couldn't quite. Now a tackle. Umpire's going to say no prior opportunity. No more than 20 metres out. If he took that mark and went back and kicked the goal.
Those early ones they missed, those marks early.
It's hurt him, isn't it? It's hurt him.
Definitely Chelsea and Waldron was there as well. Might get the ball out now. A long kick going back Beattie. Or he didn't attack it as hard as he wanted to. Ceres Unsworth there as well. Players falling over left, right, and centre. Opportunity now inside. Butters again. Has he got it? No. I thought he had it for a moment.
That would have been a big one because it was 1-on-4 there.
So they pushed all their players. There's not a player past halfway. Crow going to get their first win of the season. Looking like that's going to go. It's going to be the case. So Butters in the ruck for the time being against Green. Ball ends up over the top. Oh, did he take the player on? He might have turned inside out. Now a snap for the boundary. Bounces, and it will go out of bounds. We'll have another stoppage. 15 metres out from the Geelong West goal. 8-11-59 to 11-14-80. It looks a bridge too far for Geelong West at the moment.
Yeah, but it was better than a point.
Definitely. So, ball back in now, just out of the hands of Goddard, and then wrapped up instantaneously as Holy West. So we'll have another stoppage.
They've just got the luxury of holding it right up, haven't they? Whereas West have to do something. They have to take a risk to get it out.
Green out. There's Precious second running out for Geelong West. Coming through Buckwell's there as well. Can he try and create something? He can't. There's 21-point margin. So it might stay that way as we approach the 29th minute mark of this fourth quarter. Ball ends up with Evans, and then the mark taken by Collins. Let's send them inside the forward 50 once again. Geelong West, who can fly for them? No one can. Basically, an uncontested mark taken over the top.
Thought he might have pulled a free kick out of that for the in front of the pack, but no.
So down the line now, this might be out of bounds on the full. It will be. So 8:11:59, 11:14:80, 28 minutes gone this last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
Don't know if you can afford to do that.
So Buckle now, he's going to load up and go to the top of the goal square again. Mark required there. But again, he's been a mark.
He's got it, the big fella.
Michael Lima has taken the mark in the goal square, plays on, kicks around the body, and he has got his second goal of the afternoon. That is the ninth now for Geelong West. They are 9-11. They trail Corio on 11 goals, 14. 29 minutes gone. That might be their only downfall.
Well, I tell you what, there's been a few goals kicked, and you might get a few extra minutes this quarter. There wasn't a lot of goal kicks early, but there's been, what did they kick this quarter?
6 goals, 1.
And Corio, 1.
1 goal, 1 goal, 1.
So 7 goals
2 1.
kicked.
Sorry, 2 1s.
No, 8 goals kicked in the quarter. There might be time for them, you know.
We need that quarter that we had at Thompson that day against Belmont.
What, 38 or 43?
Oh, well, if that's the case, West win by 5 goals. They've stopped to a walk, the Devils.
So ball back in the middle of the ground once again. Ruckman go at it. They need another clearance here, but it looks like Shoebridge got the ball, gave it to Hall. Hall on the left boot goes out towards their half-forward line. Mark not taken, picked up a Shoebridge again. Able just to get a little panic kick forward. Picked up out there, and Collins gets it outside to Buckle. Buckle's not going to waste any time. He goes straight down the middle of the ground. Back there, Geelong, he couldn't take clean possession of it, has it, got the handball out the back. Put his teammate under pressure, but he's able to go back and get it again. Vitoli West picks the ball up, comes back outside 50. Mark is required out there. Buckle brings the ball to the ground, went after it again. Boy, he's been held onto there a bit.
Ball.
Well, he does. It should have been a free kick there, I would have thought. Yeah. Ball now goes back inside. It's going to be picked up out there by Greaves. He was tackled. Ball comes out in the contest. Hall over the top, goes back to his teammate out there in Waldron. Further afield, they move the ball through. Teammate in Evans. He goes long. Again, now it's out the back. Blackney, who was very good early, is looking at the ball. He's maybe held on to a bit there, but tackle late. Umpire said he had no opportunity to get rid of it there. Free kick not paying. Ball up to take place. Almost 31 gone. Ball is thrown up once again. Ruckman, Pullen gets the ball down to Lima. Little left boot was smothered off the boot. They pick the ball up once again. Handball ends up in the hands there of Slyden. He is tackled, and again, another ball up. So a quick throw up there by the umpire. Pullen gets the ball out. Again, little kick forward, goes towards Mitchell. Just puts boot to ball, brings it back into the middle. Ball gets out over the backside. And it's going to be Brisbane was going to run onto it. He's been held. Umpire's seen it that way. Looks to Mitchell. That's where you want to go. He's going to go stronger, though, and straight down the ground. Goes back towards Butters out in front. And he's taken the mark this time again.
But the siren's gone.
The siren has sounded. Corio will win the game. The margin is the only thing here that will be left to be determined.
Which doesn't really matter, unfortunately.
Unfortunately not.
Who's that, Lenny?
Yep. So Nick Butters now from directly in front of goal.
We could have had him last week.
15 points the margin at the moment. They will lose by. If they kicks a goal, it will be 9 points. So Geelong West with the final opportunity here this afternoon. Nick Butters kicks a goal. Umpire does shuffle a little bit, but that is through. And they have kicked their 10th of the afternoon. 10-11-71. And they will be defeated by Corio 11-14-80. We're going to take a short break and get some scores from around the ground. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Geelong. Ball is in hand of Cooper Edwards. Down the line. Probably one last roll of the dice for him to believe they can get the ball. Mayborn swings back, and it's a mark taken in the pocket.
Now. This will be all over, I reckon.
Take the time on the clock. Take your 30. Go back and hit the goal. Bannockburn wins. On how much? He ends up kicking the goal as well. So 12-8-80 to 12-18.
Welcome back. As I said, the game was probably set up nicely for Corio in the first half. Were able to get away from Geelong West, but they did make a bit of a rally in that last quarter. They kicked 7 goals in the last quarter, only kicked 3 for the first 3, but the 7 in the last quarter did give them a chance, but they fell 9 points short with Corio running out 11-14-80, 10-11-71 to the Corio side. Corio, 11-10, Geelong West 11-10-71. Just go through some of the players that Corio brought in, and today I consider that most of them were all in their better players. Bergen I haven't heard of before, Gibson, Roberts, McMahon, Shoebridge, Waldron. They're probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players that have come into their side that all did what they were required, and a couple of them will feature in my votes later on. I'm not too sure about everyone else's, but I'm pretty impressed with what they were able to bring to their side. As I said, they did lose some quality, and now they would be sitting back thinking if they did have Toby and Joel Bennett, and who else went away?
Russell Cowan.
Russell Cowan.
Matty James.
Matty James is not playing. Yeah, no. So, and Destin Burns.
And the big recruit they got, Jimmy Butsaris.
Yeah, well, you put them all back in that one side, and I'll tell you what.
They are competitive
every week. Absolutely. So, but no, look, they got themselves in a winning position early, Grub, and they were able to hang on.
Well, they were. And look, we come here thinking, all right, we've got the bottom 2 sides practically, and it might not be the greatest day of football. And look, there were mistakes. There were the disposals were pretty poor for a lot of the game. The wind played a part in that. But the way both sides attacked the ball, had a fair income go, it finished up to be a good, close, hard, tough game, which I enjoyed immensely. Matter of fact, it was a bit of a pity they didn't kick 1 or 2 more to make it a real cliffhanger, because they come home hard. Corio were out in their feet. They'd done all their work. They were just about gone. And in the end, it was a pretty entertaining game to watch. And it just shows you that, as you said about Corio, I think there's a few there from West who, once they find their feet, they'll improve too. Whether they can beat the good sides, I don't think, but they can be competitive against them. Both sides today ought to stand up and say, look, we did a magnificent job for, what was it, Alex? Shaka. It's not Alex.
Yeah,
Archie, that one.
Yeah, what is it?
the Shaka game. Yeah, so it's basically just men's mental health. So yeah, starting the conversation, and this was the Shaka Project Cup today between Geelong West and Corio, and that's why they had the Shakas on their jerseys, and just about starting the conversation about checking on your mates, etc. And I think Brock Savanka actually won the medal for the best on ground today.
Okay, for them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's going to the Holland Hotel yet, but we'll do that in a minute. But yeah, look, I thought it was a good day out. The past players all had a fair bit of fun up there. Scotty Cowie looked like he had one or two too many. Macca McFadden was a pain in the bum as usual, so he hasn't changed after 20 years. But, a good day had by all. 71 to 80. That's not a bad result in the finish.
Yeah, as I said, it was a decent game actually. It was just a pity that I know when West sit back and look at that video, when they reassess it, there's those early quarter or early half where they actually missed a lot of even simple marks that could have changed the course of this game. But in that case, as I said, you can only give credit where it's due, and Corio were good enough to get away to that positive lead early in the game, and they were able to hang on even though there was a 7-goal to Geelong West in that final quarter. We got some scores, mate.
Before you do that, I have got the latest, the 29-minute mark goal from Murdoch, which Belmont Lions 16-11-107 to North Geelong 11-6-72.
Well, that's a good performance.
And I think they may drop from first to fourth, North Geelong, just on that.
Is that true?
I don't know. That's what Alex texted me. If he's wrong, he's made a complete galah out of us all. But
I'm just trying to think. Well, East Geelong have won again today, I think, is that correct?
Inverleigh
you want to keep an eye on the Werribee score because Thompson will come home like a train.
Right, that's 20 points now, and it's 30 minutes gone.
Righto.
So, yeah.
So they'll go to top.
8-10, Thompson 58 to 11-12, 78 Werribee. It's 30 minutes gone in that game. North Geelong 11-6-72 to Belmont Lions
16-11, 107, like I said. We need a parity to
it. Winchelsea 9-7-61 to 16-15 East Geelong. Or 17-15 now, East Geelong 117. That game's nearly done. Anarchy 7-10-52 to Inverleigh 17-19, 121. And Bannockburn versus Belpost Hill. Bannockburn 12-18-90 to Belpost Hill 5-14-40.
Again, they've had a lot of scoring shots, Bannockburn, and it would have been a bigger margin. But that's probably the biggest margin I think they've ever had against Belpost Hill for some time.
I tipped this. I tipped it.
You also said Belmont might be a chance, so you tipped that.
Yeah, well, I also said Winch is going to give Easter scare, which they absolutely didn't. But
I think one of the biggest surprises of the day would probably be the margin between Thompson and Werribee.
Well,
I don't think anyone would have picked that.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Now, let's replay the video tomorrow when you said, I think they'll do it very, very easily. And who said it? No, I don't think they will. I did. So,
yeah, so you're right again.
Oh, well. Look, I just know that Werribee never play that great footy against Thompson. And Thompson, on a hiding to nothing, would have thrown everything at him and almost had a chance to win the game by the sounds of it.
But, yeah, again, they're going to fall short there. So we can see that probably, 2 undefeated sides now. Is that right?
No, one.
Werribee and East Geelong.
No, one. Werribee will be on top out in their own.
Yep, yeah.
And Belmont will probably go from 6th to 3rd.
Okay.
And is it just West and Thompson that haven't won a game?
Yes. Yes. Because the Mighty Devils have got on the scoreboard.
Yes, they have today.
And that'll please a lot of the people. The Bennetts, they'll be pretty happy. I see Peter Upston here, former president. He was here. One of the great men of football, Greggy Ince. He was in there.
All Greggy Ince.
Ah, what a great to see those blokes back watching the footy in it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. He put a lot of time in out there.
Oh, he's got them to help get them to where they are today, off field.
Yes.
With their culture change. He's been fantastic. And, of course, the great Lenny Henry come in. I don't know if he's changed the culture much, but he's there blowing his horn and he's enjoying himself.
Yeah, well, that's what you need. You've got to have your supporters following you around the place, and Lenny's prepared to travel. So
exactly.
He goes everywhere they go, I think. So good luck to him. Now, votes, gentlemen. Do you want to start us off?
No, I'll be going last tonight.
Righto. Do you want to start it?
I don't think
Arch?
Grubby's not going to like my votes, but I reckon the best on ground.
No, you go from one.
Yeah, for Geelong West. Best on ground for Geelong West, who I gave a vote to, I think, is Alex Buckwell. I thought he was I think it was their best midfielder all day, and I thought if he didn't play, obviously, Jackson Collins is a really good round there, but I thought the run and the carry, I would love to see the meters gained for Buckwell. So I thought, the way he transitioned the ball, and he had a bit of class and disposal, and they didn't Geelong West. So I gave him one vote. I gave 2 votes to the best on ground for the Shaka match, which he got the medal, which is Brock Savanka. I think he faded out of the game in the last quarter, but I thought his first 3 quarters were really good, and I thought the way he run and carry the ball, I thought his disposal. I think he's a little bit, young, and the way he gets carried away sometimes, trying to do things a bit out of ability. I think the more mature he gets, the better footballer he'll be. And I gave 3 votes to Cooper Shoebridge. I thought he definitely faded out of the game in the last quarter as well, but I thought he was the best on ground by an absolute mile.
Yep. I agree with Savanka for me is today where he showed a bit of maturity, and he's a pretty good mover across the ground. And I think, as I said, in time he is going to be a really, really good footballer, not only now but for Corio going forward. And he's only a young bloke still. We've got to remember that he came in a couple of years back, and I reckon today was the first time I've seen him that actually found his feet and plays pretty good footy. But my votes, I went 1 vote to Tom McMahon, one of the new recruits. I thought he was very good for most of the day. Again, probably faded a little bit towards the end. I think the scoreboard probably, if it hadn't have been for Jackson Collins, I reckon it could have been a real blowout, but he held up, especially from quarter time onwards. He was just a tower of strength in defence for the Geelong West. And again, I agree. When the game was there to be won and to be set up, Cooper Shoebridge was very, very good in the amount of ball that he won, and he uses the ball very well, which is also a very big bonus for me.
Oh, I'm going a bit different, boys.
Yep.
I didn't know who to give the 1 vote to. I had McMahon in the gun. I had, what's the other kid? I tell you, I had in the gun, and he might have just dooged me a little bit by his last quarter form, but I thought Jelinek, the dash out of the back line, was good. But what swayed me was he's won the medal for the Shaka. So, he'll get my vote. Young Leroy Savanka. And I hope Leroy's listening. He was a good, hard, tough player too, Leroy, wasn't he? I gave 2 votes to Cooper Shoebridge, who was my best on the ground all day until he sort of didn't touch it much in the last quarter. He faded just enough. I don't know where you reckon from quarter time on, because I think you must have been calling the wrong bloke. Fair income. He was miles best on the ground, Collins. He was just everywhere. He played on his own. I honestly thought they should have put a bloke on him early, because he just, every time it went down there, it was either Corio goal or he got it out. And I thought he was my best player for the day. But that doesn't matter, because that's why I wanted to go last. If that had been close, it was going to Cooper, because he wins the Wagyu steak with lettuce and tomato cheese, whatever you want down at the Hoffman Hotel.
So that is the result today. It's a good result there. Cooper Shoebridge will be awarded the...
if we've got one. Have we got one?
Well, as I said, we've got one there.
Well, how about writing his name on it?
That's all right. We can do that, Grub. Now, while you're going through the sponsors for the day, I will also ask you to go through and just get us some games for next week, so we can decide where we're going to head. As I said, I'm not too sure without a phone, without a car, without a stopwatch. There's not much you can do in life.
So we have Inverleigh versus Winchelsea at Inverleigh.
Okay.
East Geelong versus Bannockburn at East Geelong.
Yep, be a good game also.
Yeah.
We have covered Bannockburn twice though already.
Yep.
Belmont versus Werribee at Winter Reserve. Bell Post Hill versus North Geelong at Myers Reserve.
Will also be a good
Jeez,
game.
it's tough this week.
Corio versus Anarchy at Shell Reserve. And the battle for a team neither of the teams won a game is Thompson versus GWS or GWG. Geelong West.
Oh, crikey. It's got to be either...
We haven't seen East Geelong yet.
It's got to be Belmont or East, I think.
I'm leaning towards Belmont and Werribee at this stage, I reckon. As I said, we've seen Bannock twice. We can't see him again yet. We haven't seen East Geelong, though. That would be a good game out there.
We haven't seen Thompson.
Haven't said Tommy
But that's
Tigers.
here again.
That's where?
Yeah, Belmont versus Werribee seems to be the favourite. I don't know, Grubs don't have any complaints to that.
Well, I have because I'm coming back from Warragul. It's a long way.
That's right.
And I tell you what, I'd love to see that game played on a big ground. I don't know about that little small ground out there, but yeah, look, whatever you want to do.
The other option is East Geelong versus Bannockburn.
What's the following week?
The following week, we have East Geelong versus Anarchy, Thompson versus Corio,
Can probably see that one.
versus Belmont, Belpost Hill versus Winchelsea, Inverleigh versus Geelong West, North Geelong versus Werribee.
Which means you'll see Werribee twice in a row then, you would think.
And that's at Werribee.
Yeah, Werribee, North Geelong, that'd be. I think that's probably where we go.
So that means we could go to East Geelong versus
Well, I wouldn't mind having a look at East. I haven't seen East. And they had one hiccup, and they've done all right. I wouldn't mind going East.
You go East?
Yeah.
Righto. Done. East Geelong versus
Hang on. Who are Belpost still playing?
North Geelong.
Oh, jeez.
I say North.
Oh, Belpost Hill. No, Belpost Hill the week after. Who are they playing?
The week after.
Are they playing Winch?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we've got to go there. That's their 50th year celebrations.
Is it?
Well, we haven't been told we have to go there.
Okay. Well, so what are we doing now? We're going back to Belmont.
Belmont versus Werribee.
No, we'll go East. We'll go East.
East Geelong?
Yeah.
Righto. East Geelong, Bannockburn next weekend it is. And that will be our match day live from Richmond Crescent. And we are hopefully going to enjoy some finer weather, although there's supposed to be a bit of wet stuff coming through this week, which won't hurt. But that will only improve the services for all the players out there. So, Grub, thank you for this afternoon. You go through your sponsors there for us before we hand off.
Well, the first quarter, Buckley's, then Elders, then P&R Foods and Morris Finance. The Routleys, mark of the day, the big men fly for the Routleys pie. Kempby Engineering, read the play of the day. We certainly had a couple of them today. The Hother Hotel player of the day, where Cooper Sherabridge and his partner of choice will go and have a beautiful meal. The goal of the day, we haven't done that yet, but the Connect-Cal, yeah, that's right. Connect-Cal, thank you very much. For Beersdorf, for tapes and bandages. For Red Onion, thank you very much. Promoted Trophies, Frameline Printing and Framing. Raiders Bingo, Oswide Plumbing and Civil. Athlete's Foot, the Cobnafine Hotel. Socorro Travel and Cruise, let's go on a cruise. The Pulse 94.7. The Yards Hotel and Club Warehouse. And Daryl sent me a text during the week to change one of them, and I bloody well forgot what it was. We'll change it next week, Daryl. Thank you very much, everybody, for your help and support.
So for all of us here this afternoon, we thank you and we hope to have you all back here next week. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Ball is in hand of Cooper Edwards. Down the line. Probably one last roll of the dice for him to believe they can get the ball. Mayborn swings back, and it's a mark taken in the pocket.
Now. This will be all over, I reckon.
Take the time on the clock. Take your 30. Go back and hit the goal. Bannockburn win. How much? He ends up kicking the goal as well. So 12-8-80 to 12-18.